idea functionally what I'm doing.
Months until I'm customizing my pussy lips. I'm very excited.
For fucking the giggles.
Yo, you ain't getting a candy bar, bitch.
I have one round left. Just enough for myself.
Okay, I'm recording you failing to open your monster.
Hello, everyone.
Brandon can't open his monster.
I can't open my fucking monster can, dude.
And now there's proof that he can't.
I would just like to say, before we dig into this week's edition of our very successful, massively viewed podcast, that I'm coming in a little low energy because I didn't sleep a lot last night, and I have a banger of a headache, and I desperately need to get this monster inside of me so that I can power through this recording, and I can't open it. Holy fuck. I can't get
Oh, God.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Do you need a knife? Get a knife.
I'm struggling here. Oh, you know what I do? I have a little pocket knife next to me.
There you go. Can't use your arms, use your brain. I know in a state of sleep deprivation you can't use either, so I'm just taunting you, but politely.
Me stupid.
Just don't, like, slip and cut yourself. Or do, because that'd be very interesting to have on the podcast. We need viewers.
That is content.
That is.
We need views. Cut yourself.
It works for thousands of teen girls all across the nation. I think it could work for us.
We'll play sad lo-fi to Brandon cutting himself on a monster can.
I am like stabbing towards myself right now.
No, you know what? That's a real thing. I fucking hate that. I have worked a billion factory jobs, and every single time it's like cut away from you. And it's so much easier to cut towards yourself.
It is.
It's
I'm like
so
shoving
much
it into
easier.
the plastic on top, you know, between the plastic and the can. But it means I'm stabbing towards my own legs.
I don't like that my professor starts this discussion post with, I think we all can agree that Hitler was a bad guy.
Wow, don't assume.
Yeah, that's pretty presumptuous. What kind of...
Hitler was great. Don't.
He was great
Don't
for the
flip
economy for a bit there, and then not so much.
All right, the plastic is officially off the monster can. Soon the precious lifeblood.
I think I heard that
flowing
can pop. I think we have an open...
No, I didn't pop it yet. Hold on.
The suspense.
Hold on. Oh, this is going to be really hard. I got to hold my push to talk at the same time.
You don't,
ready?
actually, but okay.
No, I do. Ready?
Yeah!
There we go. That was
Yeah, that was
satisfying.
very satisfying.
Fuck yeah, baby.
And that
All right, we're good.
concludes the national anthem. You can take your seats now.
That concludes the podcast. Good night, everybody. Fuck all of you. Yeah, let's fucking go, dude.
Let's
here.
do it.
Alrighty.
I got this precious shit to keep me alive.
So who wants to start weeks?
All right,
Hold
you
on, wait,
start.
no, let me start.
Okay.
Ready? Are you ready?
I'm listening.
Okay. I want to do weeks first for two reasons. One, I'm lazy and I would like to just sit here and listen to you guys talk about weeks.
Okay.
So I can just get mine over with really quick. And secondly, this might be the first week in the entire time we've been doing this podcast, which I think, how long have we been doing this for? Like close to a year, maybe?
I have probably
Oh,
more than
God.
a year.
Wait,
Right?
really?
Yeah,
Jesus
we've been doing
Christ.
this for over a year.
You gotta
know, I'm-
understand, we've taken many months off.
Yeah, this is true. That's why we don't have like 50 whatever episodes. But
We're over 30. We're 30. This is 32.
since I'm doing my week, someone could easily go click on the first podcast and see what it's dated. But
Fine.
I
in
can't.
all the time that we've been doing this, I think this might be the first week where I legitimately don't have anything to talk about. I didn't do a fucking thing. I didn't watch anything interesting. I didn't do anything cool. I didn't fucking play anything new. I sat here and I looked at dumb shit on the internet for a week and I played Warhammer 2, and none of that is exciting to talk about. So I legitimately don't think I have anything to say
Yep, we're over a year old, boys. We got a year-old video.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Jesus Christ, why?
Look at how far we've made it.
21 subscribers.
Wait, why didn't we have a big 1 year anniversary podcast?
I don't
Because
know.
we didn't keep track of the time at all.
I realized it. I knew.
Next, you know what? Welcome to the 1 year anniversary episode.
What your special.
I don't think it's exactly the 1 year.
Shut the hell up.
We
But
didn't
1
plan
year.
anything.
Welcome.
We planned for Brandon to do nothing last week
Yup.
so that he could sing our new song. Practicing all week.
Yup.
Here he goes. A 1 and a 2.
Yeah. My monster can.
No, that was only if we got the sponsorship from them. We haven't yet.
Oh fuck.
You gotta go to the alternate, the backup that we had.
I don't have a backup. You just have to replace that. You have to cut that out.
Oh,
And
God.
everything else.
Okay.
Yeah, I legitimately don't have anything to talk about. I played Warhammer and I looked at dumb shit. I looked at like I've kind like slightly been rereading Infinity Rules after we talked about it last week.
Nice. How's it looking?
Interesting. I don't really think it's an extremely exciting topic to talk about on the podcast, but like I don't know, things changed. Some of my units are different. I legitimately don't know what I'm doing anymore. Hold on, give me one.
I looked at it too, and it turns out Hawk Islam has a new tag now, but there's no model for it, which is a thing I forgot that Infinity does.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Where they're like,
Attention was-
here's some rules, but we don't know what this looks like.
Yep. There's
Got a lot.
there's a Pan-Oceania knight that's a knight who rides a motorcycle and it's badass. It's awesome. No model.
Most of the things they gave me after they stole a bunch of my shit actually does have models. They've been giving Eugene quite a few models. I was
Nice.
actually pleasantly surprised with how many new models there were when I went on their website and was looking through the range. But yeah, I don't know. A bunch of my shit changed. There's differences in the core rules. There's like shit that doesn't work anything like the way it used to work before. I've noticed that there's like a bunch of shit missing that just doesn't exist anymore. Like
Yeah.
certain template weapons are just gone, and none of that is exciting to talk about on the podcast. So I'm gonna stop now. I didn't do anything. I just read that shit and I played some Warhammer 2. And that's my week. And this took way longer than it should have, honestly, for me to describe that I didn't do shit. So someone else should go now while I drink this monster
I'm
can and
gonna.
listen.
I mean, it's not exciting, but I also looked at the Infinity stuff, and it's I noticed that a lot of my shit got more.
Elaborate.
What? Yeah. What does that even mean?
Yeah,
A
I mean,
lot of my shit got more.
What is
No,
that?
like Pan-Oceania, it got like I feel like more special rules.
Yeah, but a lot of that is just because they. Once again, this is so boring for anyone listening that doesn't care about Infinity. But a lot of that is because they just split rules into rules. I've noticed, like the fact that TO camo is no longer like camo and TO camo no
Yeah.
longer provide negatives to BS attacks. Instead, they just rolled that into mimetism.
Yep.
So now everything that had TO camo before
As
no
mimic.
longer has that. It just has camouflage and mimetism -6.
Oh, like all my knights now, I believe they got a martial arts bump to 2. Now that 2's the magic number.
Well, yeah.
They also like all got stealth. They didn't have stealth before.
It's pretty cool.
Also, they changed the name of the Father Knight to the Knight of Justice, and I don't like it.
Yu Jing literally no longer special in having good martial arts on all their heavy infantry.
Nope,
In
not at all.
fact, right, yeah, which is actually kind of annoying. In fact, tons of my new heavy infantry don't even have cool shit like that at all, and are just like
So, Catholic Space Knights are now officially better in combat than Space China.
I don't know if I'd go that far. There's still some really good close combat units in
The
Yu Jing.
JSS close combat units outshine me, I believe, still, as they should.
JSS.
Yeah, the Japanese people.
Oh,
Isn't it
JSA.
Oh, it was JSA. I thought it was
Well, JSA is
JSS.
gone. I don't have any of that
Well, it's not
anymore.
gone. It's an army still.
Yeah, but I'm specifically talking about Yujing. Like Yujing still has good close combat units. Like the Hessian warrior didn't lose any of its ability to punch shit well, and we still have. We actually got one new heavy infantry unit that's kind of a giga close combat unit that's actually quite good. Um,
I
there's
like
still some of
the
that shit, but
new wolf tag. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
you would like
Eugene
it.
got a new big scary Wolfman tag. That's actually pretty good.
It's quite good. I think it's really awesome. I like it a lot, especially for its cost. But yes, some things have changed. I'm at a loss. I know we rolled into your week, but like I'm at a loss as to like what to even do with my army anymore, to be honest, because I lost all my JSA shit and all my stuff is different and the rules are different and there's all kinds of shit I haven't even bothered reading yet
Something
that I.
yeah, something I noticed too is that they changed up like and maybe not changed up, but like my drop troopers now, like the Acalis and the Crusader and all that, they used to just have like combat jump and then like it was like the the FA roll. And then if you failed it, you had to go back in your deployment and it was like scatter and all that shit. That kind of changed. Now they still have that like FA rule drop like midfield, but now they also have parachutist,
Yes,
which just lets them come in on the side of the board, like outflank. And that's awesome.
yes, not in deployment zones though,
No, but that's awesome
but
because
yes.
it's like one of my biggest complaints about those was just their unreliability. I thought they were awesome, but they were so unreliable. Now they're just way more reliable and
Well,
it's cool.
did you read the old jump rules specifically? Because they changed as well. They're not the same. It's like remember how it
Yeah,
used to be that you'd put down. It was like
the
dumb as
template,
shit.
right? Yeah,
Yeah, where it was like you put down a template and then you put the model somewhere in the
yeah.
template or whatever, and then you scattered the template. Like that's gone entirely. Now it's just like, oh, you pick a spot you want it to drop, and then you make a faux roll, and if you fail, they go in your deployment zone.
Yeah, you
It's
go near
basically
the
just, it's like basically just infiltration, but you do it in the middle of the game instead of at the start
yeah.
because you have to. It's very weird.
I think my Bash Bazooks
Um,
had that. No, it's a great rule. Aha, I'm halfway up the field.
Like also too, it's mixed out with the parachutist. Like I just like it because you could still do that combat jump if you want, but let's say coming in on a table edge is important. Like now you can do that. Like you're not tied to having to do that combat jump. And
yeah,
there's
I
no roll, I
honestly,
believe, for parachutists. It just happens, I think.
yeah, I honestly think it's kind of busted. I don't know what their thinking is with it because I don't see why I would ever not just use the parachutist and elect to make the faux roll to go somewhere else. Like I can see how it would be good to just go wherever I want on a successful faux roll, but then why would I like take the risk when I could just come in on
Well,
a
you know,
table edge near a
no
piece of
risk it.
cover?
You gotta risk it for the biscuit, dude.
Yeah, I'd rather just come in on a table edge where there's like a building blocking my fucking unit or whatever, and then just like use orders to move and do whatever. Like it just seems like the better option.
It might
But
be.
maybe I'm wrong. Um,
Also massive, well, not massive, but I've noticed points decreases for all my shit. I don't know if you noticed that.
I
Maybe not
honestly don't
all
know.
the shit, but
I don't remember my
notably the
points went up.
tags got a lot cheaper. Like the cutter used to be like 110 points. It is now like 93 points
That's shocking to me. You know why that's shocking to me? And I honestly realized this.
or
Uh,
97, sorry, but
I think the cutter is OP as fuck
cutter's
now.
really good. It's really good.
No,
And it was
it
always
used to
really
be.
good. It was
No, no,
always really good.
yeah, it used to be really good. Now it's legitimately broken because I don't know if you've noticed this, but um, because TO camo is no longer the thing that applies a ballistic skill penalty to a unit shooting at the unit with TO camo. Instead, it's mimetism. One thing you used to be able to do to units like cutters was you could get a unit with a flamethrower close enough to it to hit it with the flamethrower. You didn't even have to damage it. All you had to do was just hit it. And if you did, you would burn off its TO camo and it would no longer have it until like an engineer fixed it.
Mm.
So you could shoot at it with everything as if it didn't have TO camo. But now, because mimetism is the thing giving the penalty and not TO camo, I've noticed that that doesn't matter anymore. Like that's not even a strategy whatsoever. So cutters just can't be stopped unless you have MSV or hacking, and like that's it. Or you have a close combat unit that can fuck it up. But like you don't have that option anymore of just like rolling a flamethrower up to it and being like, you don't have this camo anymore. That's just gone from the game completely.
I didn't notice
So
that.
You
so in
boys
my
read into this
opinion,
way more than I did.
That's
the
cool.
cutter is fucking busted.
I own a
Um,
cutter. I like the cutter.
Yeah, use it, use that cheese to victory, baby, because it looks busted as fuck.
A lot of people I was reading say that the Squallow got pretty good, like just the base one, because it's still like it's a multi-heavy machine gun tag platform, and it comes with like a EMC hacker -3 now, so it's a little hard to hack.
Mm.
Great.
It,
Let's
it
defend against Pano's one weakness with free gear.
So Pano is Space Marines now, huh?
Apparently.
apparently, besides all that, besides the points decreases in a lot of shit, I don't think I noticed anything specific for my army. But it's cool. I dig the changes. I would like to play at some point to try them.
I wouldn't
I don't
mind playing, but
I don't
I have a lot more core rules
like I
to
said, I
read,
don't
and
I don't know
also,
the super big core rule changes if there are any, but
Yeah, that's true.
well, yeah, I have to read that, and also, I think when Corona Apocalypse is over, I don't know if the first thing I'm gonna want to do when I see you guys is immediately start playing Infinity, but maybe at some point I would be willing to play it when I actually understand the core rules better.
Yeah, definitely it's something I'll play around with on a weekend or something. But
Yeah.
I wanna record in person. I don't know, do some
I am fucking
TCG.
so looking forward to the day that we all have Corona juice in our bodies, defensive Corona juice, and then I no longer have to record this podcast over Discord. To be honest, I'm looking forward to that
Me too. I just want to
we'll
see
be
because
you
there.
I
guys.
hate it.
We'll be there one day.
We'll get there.
I mean, my one day will be in like a month.
Well,
Yeah,
now they're getting
lucky you.
different Corona juices, and unlike 3080s, they're actually coming out.
Can't scalp those.
You can't scalp them.
Oh, yes, you can. That's how I got mine. What?
Company scout them.
Gotta keep that on the down low.
Yep. I didn't say that.
Nothing happened. You can't prove it.
You're very essential, and you're required.
Deli meat ain't gonna slice itself.
Hell yeah.
The essential deli
Let's say,
meat.
I mean, I think you said roll into my week. I guess we're rolling into my week. Just talking about Infinity. My week was equally as boring, kind of. I played very little video games. I played with Brandon playing a little Total War. I turned it on for a tidbit and played a little more. I've been trying to play the Baldur's Gate 3 early access a little more because they just put out the Druid, and it's very cool. I like it. It is equally as busted in the game as it is in the table.
Oh boy.
Because a free like 30 hit points that you use spell slots to heal just goes a long way. Besides that, I guess real world stuff. I got like midterms coming up soon, so I'm trying to get work done on that, and got one due by Friday that I haven't even started yet, so I got to do that like tomorrow.
Yeah, that's important.
Luckily I've had the last 3 days. I'm sorry, well, I had yesterday off, today off, and I have tomorrow off. So
Nice.
could have done it today, but chose not to because I'm a shit person. Besides that, um, cleaned out my room.
Oh,
I mean,
prepare.
like, but like cleaned out, man. Like, the only thing in it is my computer desk with my computer and like my bed. because I'm doing the redecorating. I'm getting all new furniture, all new stuff. It's exciting. Repainting.
You're repainting too?
Yeah,
Going all the way, my boy.
I
it's
see. Put it. We're a dog.
yeah. You would just see me and Rob getting this couch out of my room.
No. You should have seen Rich getting out of
Yeah.
the couch out of the room while I helped.
Yeah.
That's about it.
So I don't know what voodoo bullshit magic we used to get the couch in the room because I feel like we totally didn't have to like remove doors and take the couch like apart like the pegs and shit. But we had to do that to get it out. You had to see me and Rob. It started by trying to fit a couch through a very small door, and then we took the pegs off and still couldn't fit it. And then we took the door off and finally got it. And then we
Hell
had to
yeah.
bring it downstairs. So we had to take the door off the downstairs and then bring it down. Rob almost got crushed.
Nice.
Um,
Nice.
and then we put the doors back on. Yeah, it was exciting. Took me, I think, like 6 hours to get everything bagged up and shit. And
That's pretty good. It's a good turnaround.
yeah, it's not bad. Um, like 6 whole garbage bags of just things I'm throwing out. Um,
Any Warhammer models?
No, no, I'm not that crazy. I've actually just sold all mine, but
Right.
not all of them, but most of them. Uh, I am staring at one, two, three, four, maybe five bags of my old Xbox shit, and it's like I don't know what to do with this. It's like I want to try to get something for it, but then who's gonna buy it, and do I even want to put the effort into trying to sell it?
Hmm.
If
What are
you
you talking
guys
about? What are you
want
talking about
old
selling?
Xbox shit,
I zoned out. Oh, your Xbox shit?
Like what?
uh,
Maybe
well,
one
the
of our 5
Xboxes
viewers
themselves.
is interested in some
I got
Xbox
my
shit.
Xbox One with the Kinect. I have my
Ooh.
Xbox 360, and I have like, not as many games as like Brandon, but I got a decent amount of games for the 360 and a few for the One and all that shit. It was a bit of a trip going down like memory lane. Like, wow, look at all these games I used to play, and then like I started pulling out like even my PC games from like my drawers and all that, and it's like, damn, dude, if only people use discs anymore.
What? Don't you guys have phones?
You could use a disc.
Yeah, but no one does it anymore.
Yeah, they
Well,
should
it's all
though.
just download.
It shouldn't be.
I don't even remember the last time I bought like a physical video game.
So
Legitimately don't remember.
I don't know what to do with all of it. It's in
Burn it
bags,
all.
in boxes, and it's like, yeah, I could just go out and smash them and throw them in the trash, but like,
Yeah. Be like Anthony, right to the garbage. No selling.
It is very easy. You rip that band-aid off, and then you don't have to worry about it. Chapter closed. But I don't know. I don't think I could do that, man. Some studio has some sentimental. I still have some PlayStation 1 games, dude.
I mean, we
Yeah,
still
not
have
your
our
40K models though. No sentimental value there.
Nah,
Those are right into the trash. Just fucking straight dumpster.
and I kid bash too. Like all those. Well, I mean that was also why one of the reasons why I threw in the trash because I was like, no one's gonna want these like super customized thing.
that's not true. You could. I mean, I would have taken them just to have them, but
just add
So
to the
you could
closet.
just sold them now.
Yeah, so you can sell them now.
well, that's neither here nor there. But
I mean, that's exactly here or there now.
But it's your week. Sorry, continue.
No, are we still doing weeks? I thought we were just bullshitting at this point.
No, I mean
I think we
bullshit
were
about
doing
our
weeks.
weeks.
this is part of my week.
Oh,
So you're
Part of
feeling
this very exciting
nostalgic
week.
and old. Did you pop any of those games in?
No, not at all.
Did you get the feeling to?
No, actually, not at all.
Wow.
Did I ever
Um,
take my
To the
fucking
trash.
Did I ever take my Deus Ex Human Revolution back from you?
Nope, I got that. Do you
Oh,
want
okay. Yeah, please don't sell that.
it? While it's just sitting here, it's not
Alright.
sold.
Yeah, don't do that.
But
Literally just remembered that you have that.
Uh, yeah. So in debate on what I want to do with this stuff. Half tempted just to like take 5 garbage bags worth of shit, go to the nearest GameStop, and just throw it at the guy.
You'll get a whole
And just give me, hey, just like,
$5.
yeah, give me $10, please. And then they'll
Or
be like,
$20 store credit.
yeah. And then they'll be like, we'll give you 5.
We could trade you this for one Funko Pop.
I will trade you all this for one stock, which actually a stock is still like 100 something bucks right now. But
Yeah, that saga continues. How exciting was that one point last week when AMC just fucking exploded
yeah,
and then it stopped?
should have sold. I don't know when you bought, but
I would have like just barely not broke even. Did you sell? You should have sold.
I absolutely.
You did?
Yeah, but not at
Good.
when it was high though,
Oh.
unfortunately. That high.
Well, okay. Good,
I
good,
didn't
good.
I didn't really lose much. I lost I
Uh,
think like $20.
mm-mm. So it
It
was not exciting when that happened
I
then.
I I stopped caring. It was like, all right, I had fun and it was $20, so no
Wow.
big deal. I didn't lose my life savings, so that's what
Yeah,
matters.
that's true. We didn't mortgage any houses.
Stocks.
Stonks.
Stonks. No, I'm still in. I'm still in on everything. I haven't sold a single share.
Yep. So that's my week. I'm basically done. It was boring as shit. And I'm being an adult and I'm buying furniture. Yay me.
You're selling your stocks and you're
Oh,
buying furniture.
I'm selling stocks, buying furniture, and getting rid of my baby video game stuff.
Oh.
I'm an adult.
I'm an adult. Well, I guess I'll go into my week. I got roped into helping this guy with his shit.
Nice.
Brotherly love.
Yeah, some brotherly love there. I got him his fucking birthday present because that's fucking around the corner. Thank you, Amazon.
Amazon stepping it up to 1 day deliveries now.
Yeah, I literally
Wow.
ordered it yesterday, last
And I
night.
just got Rob's birthday gift too. And guess what? It's 1 day delivery.
Are you fucking kidding me? Like if you have Prime?
Yeah,
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, they're really whipping their people into shape now.
Wow.
They complained a bit, but now we've got them working faster than ever.
Very cool.
they're just injecting their people with some heroin. It's okay.
You know what happens when fucking Bezos
I don't
leaves?
think heroin doesn't speed you up. As a matter of fact,
No, quite the opposite.
Sorry,
Crack?
Coke, then. I don't know, crack or coke.
Meth?
yeah, methamphetamine would do it.
I don't know
Epinephrine.
I don't know the effects of my drugs. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
What a rookie. You gotta smoke more meth.
Yeah, I gotta try more meth. I guess.
More methawana.
Oh, the methawana I know quite well. I do not support the use of drugs unless said so by a doctor.
It's meth.
But anyway, I got roped into that shit. Picked up his birthday present. A lot of driving back and forth this week. Otherwise, I actually just modded the fuck out of Divinity 2 and played a bit of the Baldur's Gate since I completely forgot it was a thing until the update. I reinstalled it, and because I didn't have it installed because my graphics card was shit.
Oh yeah. How's that now that you're playing with graphics?
And now that I can actually play the game and it not be a potato. Um, it's fun. I'm having a bit of trouble because I'm like level 3 with everything. I'm level 3 with my party, and then everything around me is like level 4 or 5. And I'm like, this is difficult.
Mm.
Even playing the druid, I'm having a bit of difficulty because there are some things I'm fighting that will like two-shot me right out of my wild shape, and I'm like, well, that was fun. That was a round not used on someone else, I guess, who would have died.
That action economy, bro.
Yep. But all in all, I'm having some fun. I didn't play any Valheim this week, which actually surprised me.
Wow.
It's the first time I put down Valheim since I picked it up.
I actually haven't played, as you could maybe tell from my week. I haven't really played it either. I kind of took a week off.
Legends of Runeterra just got a big, massive update. They added a new region with a bunch of new
Wow.
cards. So I've been playing that. And I dipped into Risk of Rain 2 just to, touch up on my skills because they have their last free update coming with a new survivor and new boss this month.
Have they announced the Survivor?
They did not yet.
Better be fucking Bandit.
I don't want to be Bandit. Fuck Bandit.
Wow, it's amazing how off this podcast you
Oh, okay.
No. Oh, wow, I actually heard it this time. How the fuck did I hear it that time?
Wow.
But that was my week.
Nice. I too had a week.
I bet you did, and I bet I'm gonna hear about it right now.
You are. It's correct. You must be a psychic.
I
Anyway,
am.
I know I did some shit. I just can't remember it. I've had a busy week. I kind of flipped out at work a little bit because I've been commuting like 2 hours a day to work at this different place that I wasn't hired for to like just catch them up on shit. And then I finally catch them up on shit and they were like, "Hey, we know you want to move this stuff up there so you don't have to commute 2 hours a day. But could you move some stuff in our storage shed first?" And I just left. And then they walked that back. So I finally moved that machine that I was working on down there up to where I normally work. So I have free time for the first time in what feels like months. It is
Glorious.
very, very nice to be home before 7:30 at night. It's incredible even.
Glorious, man.
Oh my god, it's great. And oh yeah, I beat Cyberpunk.
Hey,
Nice.
there you go.
Ending was good. Writing was good. It is a good video game that does the video game things. There are many
Nice.
things I hate about it. Uh, like the fact that my assault rifle with 200 less damage outperforms my shotgun that I actually have perks for somehow. Uh, um, and I went for a tanky build and I didn't feel all that tanky. Um,
Difficulty are you playing on?
I think hard,
Okay.
but yeah, it was a video game. I really liked the ending that I got. I feel like I made good choice decisions throughout the game, and you know, I can't really say anything else beyond that unless I want to spoil stuff, and I don't want to spoil stuff.
Really, I need to stop playing random dumb shit and like actually finish Cyberpunk.
You should. It's pretty good. I
Yeah,
like a
I
lot of the
should.
side stories, a lot of the side missions, especially like the later half of the game, I would say. Really good stuff. Really interesting conundrums there. And also what I liked is oh, there's something specific that I liked towards well no, it wasn't that I liked it. Is the end of the game sneaks up on you. It gives you a nice warning prompt, which is awesome. More games should do that. Like, hey, this is the point of no return prompt. Save your game right now. Um, more games should do that. But yeah, I thought it would be like the mission, like maybe 2, 3 steps before the last mission was just the last mission. So the ending snuck up on me, but it was still good. And I mean, I played it for. Let me get my Steam. How many hours I put in that sucker? Let me feel bad right now. 58.3 hours.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad for an RPG. I really wish there was like replayability.
Yeah.
Because I do want to try other stuff, but I don't want to try it enough to just go through the starts again and then.
My plan, as someone who has not experienced the final bits of the game, but
Mhm.
I'm still assuming I'll kind of be of the same opinion when I'm done with it. Um, my plan has been that I'm gonna finish it once, and then I'm gonna wait until they come out with like those free DLCs that they're saying they're gonna give us at some point, and then maybe I'll turn it back on to try like a different build or whatever. I think that's my plan. I'll ignore it until they give us the free shit, and then I'll try some new stuff.
Interesting.
That's my plan.
It's a good plan.
I feel as though I really need to turn that game on and finish it because I'm kind of on a time limit, sort of.
Hmm?
Because Guilty Gear comes out in like a month,
Yeah.
and then
And his life's consumed.
a month after that is Resident Evil 8. So like, if I don't finish that shit within the next month, I'm not gonna finish it for quite some time. So I need to do that, but I haven't been doing it.
You could do
Been
it.
doing the other shit instead.
Or in this week's case, literally nothing.
Yeah, well, that was the dumb shit. 'Cause I was just playing Warhammer 2 and crap like that instead of playing fucking Cyberpunk.
Yeah, how dare you have fun?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I
what's
am.
some other... There's not enough mad weeb shit on here, so I caught up on my reading. I've been
Your
reading,
mangas?
yeah, Blade Break, Goblin Slayer,
Korean
fuck.
picture books?
Yeah, my my Chinese picture films. There's Dungeon Meshi is very good. I recommend that. All caught up on that. There's another one I was introduced to. I can't remember the name, but it was really, really funny because it was all about like a novice summoner um, getting picked on, all that shit, and she accidentally summons uh, the Sharktopus from the Asylum films. And it's basically a comic of it just murdering everything and her watching helplessly, and it's very funny. I think it's hysterical because it's just a giant Asylum film reference, and those movies suck, but it's an anime, which is really weird, and it makes me laugh.
Yeah, it sounds quite weird.
Yeah, I gotta track it down again. I should go into it. Should be in my history, and I'll share it with you guys.
That's fine.
I'm still in stonks. I no longer am as much negative money as I was, but I'm not in positive money yet, so they will continue to sit there and wait. And I've been watching a lot of ayoade stuff. I I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's a black British comedian. He did a bunch of shows. Gadget Man. He was in Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, which is a favorite series of mine. Travel Man. Because they're just up on YouTube now for some reason. And so I've been watching that, and he has like the driest, like, there's something about the way he says things where it's very like monotone and not like offensive sounding, but when you pick up on what he's saying, like if he doesn't like something, he's fucking vicious, but he's delivering it in like the most pleasant way I've ever heard, and it just is hysterical to me. I love that man. And I've been a fan of him for a bit because I really liked Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. I just didn't realize like he did other stuff. So been catching up on all that, and I've been watching that, and that's basically been my week. Look at that, you know. It's like I get some free time, and all of a sudden I've done a million things. Jesus Christ! I really wish that I didn't desperately need money to buy armor. Um,
More body armor.
yeah, no, I didn't. I need the rig though, which is also armored. So I guess I
Oh
am
boy.
buying more. I This is gonna be my. This maybe this is too much information, but I just got a credit card again, and that's literally gonna be my first purchase.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Anthony, remember the
Oh.
mistakes of the past.
No, I have enough money for it right now, And it's one of those things where they're giving you like a special where there's like no APR for a couple of months. So instead of, I was going to just buy it all at the end of this month, but now I could buy it all at the end of this month, but pay it off in 2 months, thus making my bank account not look as atrocious. And I guess yeah, a little side congratulation to myself for that is I currently have more money in my account than I've ever had in my life. So I'm doing
Nice.
good.
Hey,
I'm
nice.
controlling things, and that's even with insane purchases like a tricked out
Proud of
gun and armor and a new PC. I'm I'm spreading it all out. Notice that I put the
For the
not
Civil War,
insane one at the end. What was that? Sorry.
nothing. I didn't say for the Civil War.
No, it's not for. I don't think Civil War's gonna happen. I just like this stuff. I want to own it. I want to own things I
Civil
like.
War.
I don't want
Land?
to. I don't want to own Civil War.
You don't want to own Civil War?
No.
I
As a
want.
matter of fact, I think the last one was all about ownership, so I just don't want to do that at all. As a highbrow slavery joke. Okay, let's get into news.
Okay, I got it.
I just wanted to make sure it was a little too silent. I didn't want
I
to.
got it.
I just
I got
wanted to leave the silence there. You know what you did there.
I really want to make a segue because Skullgirls is first, and there was a joke made that had quite a pregnant silence related to Skullgirls, but I'm not going to. You should all look that up. And
Oh,
Skullgirls.
so,
Skullgirls is back.
It lives.
All it took was the destruction of the studio.
Yeah.
strange.
Strange. But it's content. Get hype, I guess.
True.
Because what is it? I know there's like a card game thing.
Wait, they have a card game?
Or some mobile game. I don't know.
Mobile.
I've
Yeah.
never done mobile, so I don't know what the hell a gotcha
I
is.
don't. I don't think it's a. I don't know if it's a card game, but I know that there's some mobile game. I think it's a. Isn't it? Isn't the mobile game just like a fighting game, but just like a not as complicated version of
Literally
Skull?
don't play phone games, so I couldn't tell you.
I mean, I don't. I don't
I
play it
play
either, but I
Balloon
know
Tower
about it.
Defense.
Good. I'm glad.
That's the extent of my mobile gaming.
Yeah, it's a fighting game.
All right, well there you go.
And
I don't
apparently, I
know.
think it has characters in it that aren't in the normal game. Fun fact. But yeah, apparently Skullgirls is getting a whole wave of fucking DLC, and that's kind of exciting.
That's cool.
I think it's unfortunate that I would love to play Skullgirls again, because that game is legitimately incredible. I think it's unfortunate that I don't see them saying anything about, like, it's just characters. It's characters, it's a digital art compendium and a sound and the sound updated soundtrack.
Mm.
All for $30. It looks like it's 4 characters. The first one is the one from the mobile game that's not in the normal game, and then 3 other characters plus the other things I said
Mm.
for $30. And I don't see anything about anything else like feature wise. Like I don't see anything about like a cross-play implementation or anything like that. So I don't know how many people are still playing fucking Skullgirls on PC. I imagine not many.
Yeah.
But the other game does have a pretty fucking dedicated community because it's really good. I don't know. I would have liked to, like if they really wanted to get me fucking excited, it would be like, oh, we're like making it. I don't even like. I assume you can't play it on like PS5 or anything like that. But like, here's new SKUs of it with crossplay, and then I would get excited.
It's also
But
interesting because it says it's coming out. The first drop is March, but it doesn't elaborate beyond March, and we're in March, and even this story isn't that old. It's only like a little bit more, like it's like a week old, and it's
there's no date.
yeah. I don't see a date. I just see coming March.
Oh yeah, look at that. Early access March 2021. I don't know. Oh, you know what's also kind of frightening. It's a first of all, they list it as a season 1 pass, which kind of implies that there will be more seasons to come. In it, they say that the first character is in March, the second one is just in 2021, and then the next two are next year.
That's a long season.
That is extremely long first season of DLC.
They're
If you
also
intend,
you're fucked if you have a PS3, PS Vita, or Xbox 360. Get fucked, boys.
why is it not going
Yeah,
to that?
correct. New DLC will not be coming to the PS3, PS Vita, and Xbox 360 platforms. Which that's
Interesting.
fine. You know what?
I don't know how
I'll
many
give them.
people are still playing Skullgirls on a fucking PS3, to be honest.
Especially it's gonna be coming out like March again. Like we just talked about. Guilty Gear is like right around the corner. Like
Yeah,
that's shitty.
yeah. Guilty Gear is getting a lot of hype due to its good net code. So I don't know how many people are going to be going back to Skullgirls. But so like I said, Skullgirls has a very dedicated fucking community.
Mm.
Um,
And also again, I'll give them a break. You know, 4 characters, 2 years. Your studio just exploded, man. Take your time. It's fine.
I mean, I'm shocked. I like it seemed like doom and gloom after everything we kind of talked about.
Mhm.
But it's kind of awesome that I don't know that they like dissolved the studio, clearly absorbed people, which I believe was something that we talked about a little while back, and then are proceeding to make content for Skullgirls. Like I didn't see that shit coming at all. I learned about this because I was watching a Maximilian stream where he was playing the Strive beta, and someone in his chat, I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. Someone was like, "Are you gonna get? Are you gonna try Skullgirls because of the new content that they just announced?" And I was like, "What?" And immediately Google, and I found this article. I was shocked. I'm kind of excited about it. Skullgirls is legitimately like one of the best fighting games I've ever played. So the fact that it's getting new content is kind of insane to me and exciting. I don't know if I'm gonna get it or not, but like I am mildly interested. So that's very cool. Hey, implement fucking crossplay.
Yeah.
That would be sick. You really want to get me excited? Put out this fucking like announcement and be like, look, 4 new characters are coming and there's crossplay. That's how you get me fucking excited.
That's to get
That's
a
how you
lot
get me to turn on
excited.
Skullgirls and like go online.
Speaking of getting me excited,
Game.
uh, there is more Sony video games coming to PC, starting with Days Gone. And I have to
I don't think
preface
it's
that.
just excited about that coming to PC, but whatever.
Yeah, like, okay, so there's an interesting thing about Days Gone in that I saw trailers for it, and I was like, yeah, that's kind of cool. There's a lot of zombies, but I don't give a shit about anything about it. I'm kind of over zombies, and also it's like a bikerman. I've never really been into that scene. I don't think leather's that great. And and then like later, someone was like, yeah, the virus is like a reference to like Siphon Filter. And ever since that moment, I
Oh
was
my
like,
god, I forgot about that. I think you told me that.
I kind of want to own it then. Just if and like it's the same reason I bought fucking Left Alive, where it's like this game looks like shit and I'm not gonna enjoy it, but if I give them money, maybe they'll develop the things I do like that's tangentially related to it. It's a forlorn hope, me in that video game. Left Alive was trash, by the
God,
way.
I
Don't
can't.
buy it.
I completely forgot. I think you told me that back when Days Gone came out, and I was shocked.
Yeah,
And it like left my brain until this very moment that you reminded me that it's a hidden Siphon Filter sequel in a very M. Night Shyamalan-esque way.
yeah. The
Yeah,
most M.
that's
Night Shyamalan way.
that's fucking insane. That's confirmation that that series is fucking dead.
Just,
I'm sorry.
Omega Strain was good. I didn't get
Right.
to enjoy it because we didn't have internet because we live in the fucking woods.
But when the canon sequel is Zombie Apocalypse, I think it's
Yeah, it's
done.
hard to bounce back to like tactical stealth
Yeah.
action when now zombies are afoot.
Yeah, I think it's gone.
Well, prequels. Prequels exist. They already did prequels. I think that was like the third one. Christ. Shit. I liked Siphon Filter. It's
Regret.
gone. It's dead like so many other. My childhood. Ah.
Evil Outbreak.
But hey, there's gonna be
That's
other Sony games coming to PC, so I mean, there's that.
I am amazed that they were like, "Hey guys, we want to put more Sony games on PC," which should be like this really exciting thing. I mean, I think everyone knew that this was the case without them having to say it, because like I don't think they were gonna just port Horizon and then stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That wouldn't make any sense. So I didn't really need this article to tell me, but it was cool to hear them be like, "Yep, we're definitely porting more shit to PC." But for the first game to be this is like kind of anti-hype. You know what I mean? Like if this article was like, we want to port more shit to PC, starting with Bloodborne, I'd be like, okay, like that's dope. But instead they're like starting with this zombie game that some people thought was okay. And a lot of other people were like, it's 50 Shades of Average. Like that doesn't excite me. So I'll wait to see what else they intend to port. Just give me fucking Bloodborne, dude. Just put Bloodborne on the game. Like, why the fuck are you porting Days Gone? Why is it not Bloodborne? I don't understand.
That your reaction is precisely why. Because
What the fuck is going on?
the longer they carrot on a stick Bloodborne, the more you're gonna check to see what else they're porting. And so, like, for every person who's like, "Oh, it's Days Gone, who cares?" There'll be like, there's like at least 3 people who are daily checking for the Bloodborne announcement, see Days Gone, and go, "Well, I guess it's another game," and then they buy Days Gone. So
People buy it regardless of whether Bloodborne had already been ported or not, though. You know what I mean?
Bloodborne is literally the last thing that's going to be ported because
Fuck
they
you, don't say that.
know that that's going to sell.
No, stop it.
They're going to Demon Souls remake is going to be ported before Bloodborne is ported.
I mean, that would be. I'd think that too, to be honest. But
I would
would
buy
prefer
that car
Bloodborne.
game for PS5. The whatever the stupid car crash'em game. I would buy that.
Car crash 'em game.
Shut up. I don't know what it's called.
You know, the crash 'em up.
Yeah,
The
Crash 'em Up.
Crash 'em up car game. You know
That'd be good. I'd buy Crash 'em Up.
what the fuck you're talking.
The one, it's the car game. You're like running around on foot. It's like a battle royale, but with
Oh,
cars.
the one that's like butt nutty.
Yeah,
like,
it's like
style.
car foot nut.
Yeah, yeah.
Crash 'em up.
Nut.
Crash 'em-
Why are you
God.
laughing so? It's Crash 'em up is not that funny.
It is to me.
You know, you got your shoot 'em ups, and we got a Crash 'em ups.
Yeah, humor is subjective, Anthony.
It's you know what? You're not. You're also sleep deprived.
Crash 'em up. It's like a beat 'em up, but with cars.
Yeah.
Twisted Metal is a crash 'em up game.
I miss car combat games in general, man.
Just give me fucking Bloodborne, okay? I want to talk about Crash 'em up. I don't want to talk about fucking Days Gone. I want to talk about Bloodborne, okay?
That game
That's what I want to talk
now
about.
forever is just Crash 'em up.
What, Bloodborne?
No, what? There's no Crash 'em upping in
What are you talking about?
Bloodborne.
Butt nut car game?
Yeah, Crash 'em up.
Crash 'em up.
That's Crash 'em up now and forever.
They're gonna port Crash 'em up, and they're gonna port it with a guest character that is Bloodborne Hunter with his own car, and then I'm gonna rip my pubes out one by one
Why by one though?
for maximum pain, Rob.
That's they actually rewrote the ending for the PC version of Days Gone when it turns out that Biker Man was a hunter the whole time, and then the moon presence shows up.
Yeah, and it's in the dream. The presence comes down and it kills the main character of Siphon Filter. Right. in
Shut
front
the
of
fuck
Bloodborne
up.
Hunter.
His name was Gabe. I remember that.
Remember that? I never really played Siphon Filter. I played it like at your house, I think, once or twice, as children.
That game was my shit.
But yeah, I never owned a Siphon Filter game. Whatever. Just give me fucking Bloodborne, dude. It's good news that they're porting more shit because that was always my. I have been vocal on this fucking podcast, even like when we started recording. I think about my hatred for Sony and their and their fucking like weird like stubbornness when it comes to porting their shit to PC, as like Microsoft is being like, we're gonna port literally everything forever. And I'm like, why the fuck isn't Sony doing this? And finally, they're kind of doing it.
Well, because
It's weak as fuck because the only announcement they gave us is this game that I don't think anybody fucking gives a shit about, but they're kind of doing it.
oh, but here's the I think I know why. Because they don't want you to buy it first. Because they want you to buy a fucking PS5. They don't want you to just buy it on PC. But you
Right.
can't get PS5s right now, and they need money. So they're
That's
like,
very
ooh,
kind of you.
fuck. Let's start with the PS4 stuff, and then.
I think even if I don't know, it just seems to me like Sony is a company that will stagger PC ports like this forever.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think there's a good reason for it other than they just want you to buy a PS5. Um, it doesn't explain why they refuse to port their back catalog. I don't get it. I don't understand why they're like putting these out one every like 5 months.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
It's kind of
it's
shocking.
because they have no PC devs. They have to hire people, they have to train them. That's why. Maybe it'll pick up. It'll pick up, and look forward to Crash 'em Up coming 2022
Crash.
to PC.
Motherfucking crash them up. If we're talking about this in like however many more weeks it takes for them to port anything else, and the
We
next
can
thing
only refer to it as
about,
Crash 'em Up. Yeah,
and the next thing we're talking about is crash them up, I'm gonna jump out my fucking window.
this is the continuity. No, they're gonna bring PlayStation 1 classics to PC, and they're gonna start with the Unholy War. That's gonna be the first.
Wow. Always looking to fit Unholy War in there somehow.
Always.
Every week, I imagine your brain is racing, and the times where you don't bring it up is just because you couldn't figure out a way to do it. But every single week, your mind is just like a light with like, how do I fucking segue to Unholy War? How do I do it?
Someone's got to segue to it. No one else fucking
Every week.
remembers it existed.
No, no one has to, but you must, because you need.
Water carrier. Torchbearer.
Sony doesn't give a fuck about Unholy War.
I don't think they even had the rights. Who fucking did that
No, of
game?
course
Who
not. It was
cares?
fucking Eidos, I think, or like Crystal Dynamics or some shit. It was
There's
some
some poor motherfucker that is stuck with that IP. They
go to
bought it.
Google. Unholy War.
They were all excited. Oh, I got myself an IP, and then they're like, "Oh, I got the worst one."
War. The game is not the first thing that comes up.
It's the first that came up for me, probably because
was
I'm googling it all the time.
Eidos. And Eidos is still around, so Unholy War sequel coming soon / PC port. You know how like what was it? You know how like Silent Hill 3 and like Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 just ran, or no, not Silent Hill 3, Silent Hill 4 and Metal Gear 1 and 2 just showed up randomly on GOG
Yeah,
one day? It's gonna be like that,
yeah.
but with Unholy War. And then if that ever happens, will you stop segueing to Unholy War randomly on the podcast? Like,
No,
will you be satiated if like a PC port of Unholy War just shows up on
no,
GOG?
because then every
Satiated.
single week I could be like, "Yeah, I played some Unholy War."
Yeah, every one of your weeks. If we're still doing this
Dude,
podcast,
even if I have to turn it on for 5 minutes to justify talking about it, I will. Every week.
every week,
Every
he
fucking
launches
week.
it and just looks at the splash screen, hits a few buttons to the main menu, and he's like, "Yeah, I played Unholy War. It was pretty sweet."
We
I
just
really
pan
like how
over to his
Tech knows.
Steam-
Piranha's OP.
We just pan over to his Steam page. It's like played for 2 minutes this week.
I'm like, "Fuck." He's just doing that so he can bring it up on the podcast.
It'll never stop.
Give Bloodborne. Don't give Crash Mode. That's the too long fucking didn't read version of this.
Brandon wants Bloodborne. I, having played Bloodborne, wants Crash 'em Up and the Unholy War in that order.
Stop it. Don't give Sony this. You act like even though you've played it, you wouldn't buy Bloodborne again on PC just so you can play it at like 60 FPS.
Probably not.
Are you fucking kidding me? That game runs like dog shit on a PS4. I've seen
No,
it.
yeah, dude. When I played it, they didn't
It
even
runs at
patch out the load time. So every time I died, I had to wait like 5 fucking minutes. It was a nightmare.
me as someone who didn't play it but watched people play it. No, that fucking game runs like trash. It's like 30, and then when shit's going nuts, sometimes it's like sub 30, and the load screens were absolute dog shit. So now on PC, you load in like fucking 5 seconds if you install it to your SSD. You fucking 60 frames per second or higher, but it would probably cap at 60 because I think
Probably.
FromSoft does that
Yeah,
with their
unless you
PC.
want your durability to explode. I don't think durability is a thing in Bloodborne though. Whatever.
No, it's not.
They'd find a
I
way to
forgot
fuck
about
it up.
frame rate bugs.
Yeah.
Frame rate, the tie to frame rate mechanics. Just give Bloodborne.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't buy things I already own and enjoyed and experienced. Like it has to be like a really good remake where like graphically it's like in a whole new world, I think. Um in order for me to I don't know, just all like the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 era of games. It just seems too soon to like, oh, I need to buy that again. I want more like PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1 games, like the Unholy War. Um, Not really. I
I
don't
agree
actually
with you
want the
depending
Unholy
on
War.
the game, but I think with Bloodborne it's a special case
Well,
because
yeah,
we're talking.
you've never played it too, and it
We're
is a
talking
good game. I'm not saying that's like it's of games to buy that's high on the list. I don't
I
know. It's too soon for me.
right. I would actually agree with you. I would hold a very similar opinion to you if what we were talking about was a game that like was multiplat already, but it was just like, oh, here's like a little poo poo doo doo remaster of it, even though I already own it on like a different platform or whatever. But this is like a game that never left PS4, that I just want a PC port of that runs at like 60 that I could play. Hell, I'm the guy that fights for not wanting a Resident Evil 4 fucking remaster or remake.
Mm.
So there are situations where I don't want that shit. But Bloodborne, very unique case where it never left a certain platform, and I would like to experience it very badly. But instead, Sony is intent on giving me dumb shit like Days Gone that nobody fucking asked for. I'm sure somebody asked for Days Gone.
There's one person who's very
It was just
happy.
one or two people.
They're flipping out. They're like, yes, finally, Days Gone.
I hate it because they're
Yeah.
the dear listener. If you're one of those people that's very excited about this news, I hate you.
Anthony loves you though.
I
You're
don't.
the reason I
They're
don't.
okay.
I hate
They could have put all that energy into Crash 'em Up or
fucking crash them up, dude.
it's a game I would if a remake came out, I would buy in a heartbeat. The Bouncer. That's just the first one. Enclave would be another good one. Every Armored
Play
Core game, for the love of Christ,
Brett.
I need Armored Core in my life.
Brett, you can
Sorry.
buy on right now
You
on
can?
Steam.
What?
Yeah, you don't know that?
Hold on.
I own it. I have it on Steam.
How is it?
Hang on, I think Anthony needs to go make a purchase.
It's $5, and it's on Steam, and it runs pretty well from what I remember.
Holy shit, it is. You could buy the soundtrack for $3.
I can't believe you didn't know that.
I had no idea.
I could have swore I told you back when I got it.
Oh, this is digital deluxe? What do you get with that? The bundle's $7. I get the soundtrack that I don't
Oh,
even remember.
hold on, be careful though, because there's people in the Steam reviews saying that there's a new publisher that added some like weird adware to it.
Oh no.
You install it. Apparently the GOG version works correctly without adware, so you should buy that one instead.
GOG it is. There you go.
Oh, I don't recall this happening to me when I
Don't
installed
update
this.
it. Don't update it.
I guess they patched in the adware. Because I installed Enclave like years ago when I bought it on Steam.
Yeah, but why should I buy Enclave now when the remasters due? Any day now.
not. It's not a thing.
Blood Rake, Omega Boost,
I
Enclave.
assure you, there's no one sitting in an office right now working on the Enclave remaster.
Not
Nowhere
till
in
I
this
send
world.
some fucking emails, man.
And as well, there's no one sitting in an office working on the Omega Boost remaster either.
Well, that's their mistake. We've talked about
It
this way too long. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I ran that joke into the fucking ground.
Fine though, because it's conversation. This is content, Anthony.
That's okay.
We made jokes. We talked about crash 'em up. Okay, it's called content.
Evergreen content. Because we know all of those remakes are never going to come out. So this joke is... It's there forever.
The day you fucking post this, the day you post this, Unholy War on PC, front page of Steam. They shell out for the banner on the front page. It's the Unholy War PC port. And then I'll really rip my pubes out.
Oh my god. I would be so happy.
Well, we also have video evidence, proof here saying that you will do it. You will rip your pubes out if it shows.
Oh, I will.
Oh my god.
Only if it has the front page banner, though.
Okay, that's fair.
That's the important part. Pube ripping is unlikely, because that's probably not going to happen.
So there's Total War DLC.
Yeah, I don't even think this is particularly new.
Kingdoms one?
What'd you say?
Is that the Three Kingdoms one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about it. I haven't really seen it. All I know is that I saw a YouTube video that was like, apparently one of the dude's mechanics is like perfect for like Neferata if they were to add her in Warhammer. That's all I know.
Of course. I'm pretty sure they're two completely different teams of people that work on these games.
And can steal
from, what I
from each
understand.
other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
but
they could steal from each other, but they're not related. It's kind of annoying that every time Three Kingdoms gets cool DLC, though, everybody that's like a fucking Warhammer fan has to like pick apart the content and be like, "Is this a fucking Warhammer Fantasy thing?" It's like, why don't you just play Three Kingdoms? It's pretty good. But I don't know. I don't have a lot to say about this, to be honest. There's DLC for Three Kingdoms. It looks cool. I barely have anything to talk about regarding this. I might play Three Kingdoms again.
Not even out yet, right?
No, I think it comes out.
I guess while on the topic, it comes out this month. I just don't know when. On the topic of Total War, I believe it was CA Grace on Reddit confirmed no Warhammer 3 news until at least May.
Yikes.
Because I guess someone made a meme. I don't remember what the meme was, but she actually responded to it and is like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to wait until May, baby bird," because the meme was a baby bird looking for food.
Nice.
Hard yikes.
Memes get
Drop it.
responses. I gotta make some fucking Unholy War memes. Okay, sorry. I'm not gonna. I'm stopping this joke. Continue.
You really don't have to.
Damn, you thirsty?
Uh,
Now, Brandon's pubes are on the line. Okay.
cinematic trailer. That's true. Cinematic trailer straight into 2 months of nothing. That's kind of shitty, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which proves my fucking theory that they were absolutely nowhere near ready to like show us shit, and all they were doing with that cinematic trailer was being like, we have to give them something, just anything, because we have not talked about Game 3 in fucking forever at all, practically, other than our little factoids in our FAQs. Give them something. So they slapped that fucking cinematic trailer together, and then they were like, this will keep them busy until we're ready to show literally anything.
Yeah, I think it was meant to keep us busy until next month, where they'll probably unveil the last DLC for Total Warhammer 2.
Was she specifically saying Warhammer 3 details, or just details in general, including...
No, it was 3 specifically.
Okay. Well, yeah, and that's absolutely what they're gonna fucking do. We'll hear about the next DLC like fucking either next month or
probably.
like late this month or whatever,
Yeah.
and then they'll roll into the fucking Warhammer 3 news in May. That's really shitty though, that we have to wait that long for that. But that was my fucking assumption. What's next?
40K MTG. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that article. I don't really know much about it, but 40K is gonna have magic cards.
Yeah, I literally have no idea what you're talking about. I missed
Magic
this
the Gathering
completely.
Hold
is
on, let's see if
getting
I could
some 40K in it.
see if I could refine that article.
This is like, how do you guys like? How do you feel about this? Like the shit that Magic's doing, where they're like,
They're
Where
hungry. They're
literally
hungry for
partnering with
more.
everyone and their mother to make different card arts.
it's just kind of strange, isn't it, that they're like not strictly making
Here we go.
original content anymore?
Absolutely. Warhammer is the world's biggest blah 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 blah. The answer can be found in Universes Beyond, a new premium card set for Magic the Gathering, which sees the game's creators teaming up with some of the world's biggest storytelling brands, including Warhammer 40K.
That means it's just starting with 40K. Who
It's the
knows
latest
what
in
the
the
fuck we're gonna have?
illustrious line of partnerships that Games Workshop collaborate with Bandai, McFarlane, Marvel. Um,
They're one of the world's biggest brands.
Kind of. I mean, Games
I don't know if I
Workshop.
would say
I mean,
that.
kind of. It's up there, dude.
So it is telling that they're the ones saying that about
Yeah.
themselves. Because this is an article on the Warhammer community page.
Yeah,
So
true.
they're
But
saying,
I mean, hold on, wait a second though. To say that Games Workshop and the Warhammer brand is not like world renowned, like, come on, it is.
I guess.
It's
I
literally
think
it's literally
It's
British.
very big in
So us
Australia
us
and the
knowing about it.
UK and
I will say this. The setting is fairly well known. I think the games are niche as fuck. But sure, I guess if we're strictly just talking about how many people are aware of like the existence of 40K, I guess it's pretty large. Sure, whatever.
Oh wait, this is a big fucking lie. Hold on. Because I'm
But
reading now. I googled specifically Universes Beyond. So will be branded slightly differently, and will have a specific look as a result. These are still Magic cards through and through, but the frame will be distinct. The cards will have a blah 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 blah. If that stamp looks familiar, I don't recognize it, of course. It's because it already exists on the Secret Layer Cross The Walking Dead cards, which will be grandfathered into Universes Beyond. So it's like they're rebranding a side brand shit. And finally, we can have Negan kill a Primaris Marine, which is the most important thing that I
fucking
took away from that.
Lucille beats in fucking Abaddon's head.
wait,
Hell
so I don't
yeah.
understand. Are you saying that are they making like unique 40K themed Magic cards with their own rules and shit
Well, it
that you
seems
can
to
just fit
be
into like a modern deck or whatever? Like what is this?
whatever the fuck this is. Secret Layer Cross The Walking Dead, because this is already being grandfathered in. So that means this is going to work into whatever the Universes Beyond thing is.
What I'm
I
reading
think it's
here is like
I would
Universe Beyond will bring mighty heroes, twisted villains, fearsome Xenos, the race of the 41st millennia to glossy cardstock. Former 40K fans is a chance to command the forces you know and love in an entirely new, fresh way while cooling over some lavish new art. And for Magic the Gathering fans, it's an opportunity to discover a rich universe of galactic conquest and betrayal that is shaped by decades of games, novels, and media. Uh,
comparing this to their other things that they did, which leads me to believe that yes, these are going to be like 40K cards with rules.
So I just posted
Like,
the secret layer for whatchamacallit, The Walking Dead. So it's gonna be this, but 40K.
What about my Godzilla cards that were out?
I don't understand. So are
What
these
is the secret layer?
are
How
these
did we not hear about this?
are these Walking Dead cards? I feel like we talked about this kind. No, I mean like we all knew about the Godzilla shit that they did, right?
Yeah, but that was just
Talked
alternate
about that.
art. That wasn't
Was
their own cards.
so what is this? Are these their own cards, or are these like Walking Dead cards with the names changed, but the
Now I'm
rules are
looking up
just
what the
the
fuck
same?
secret layer is.
We are a very very efficient podcast. We're doing our research right here in front of you, everyone.
Magic's best worst kept secret. The Secret Layer drop series contains specially curated cards that feature some of the most exciting artists around, but as fast each drop is available only for a limited amount of time. Okay. So it's like a curated card list.
Are these cards that you can like use outside of like can you use these in any format you want? Like can I put Rick into a
Well,
fucking
just looking at
white
Secret
modern deck?
Layer, what they have right now is Black History Month, so it's all black characters and magic cards. But these are legit magic cards, which means that
So can Emmercool tentacle
well,
fuck
hold on.
uh
I'm going on to
20th
Gatherer right
Caldor?
now, and I'm going to
Or
look up.
some of
Well,
these
she has to
black
have a
characters,
mood.
apparently.
What was that?
What happens when Eldrazi meet Tyranids?
Tyranids
Uh,
way haven't been ruined yet in the fluff.
Sets
And
and
canonically,
legality.
kids have been far more successful.
Unfortunately, it's
Drop-
only
Dude,
legal. It's only legal in Legacy, Vintage, and Commander.
oh!
So
I can make Rick my commander?
can
Nick
Dark
and Negan.
Eldar can
I
Dark Eldar
literally just
show up
posted Negan.
and peel samurai dicks?
Yeah,
Make a Negan EDH deck.
Hang on, guys. I think we're getting back into magic.
he is legendary. You
Wait.
can.
Oh my god.
Legendary human rogue.
EDH is going to be
He's a
infested.
rogue? Oh my god.
EDH is going to be infested with Daryl decks. They're going to be fucking everywhere, dude.
Hang on. I gotta look at this shit.
Apparently,
now.
these are limited drops too, so you probably can't even fucking get these anymore. I really want to
I'm-
own one though.
Oh,
All the times we had magic.
It depends on how much it is. All right, hold on.
He's a human rogue. When he enters the battlefield, you and target opponent enter.
He could be shit too. We
You
forgot
can
about
choose a
that. All
creature
these
that
rules could
player
be very bad.
chooses, then- Ah, his rules are kind of shit though, Negan.
Negan
Rick
is
isn't bad.
Negan near mint foil, $10.
Wow.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
You only need one for a fucking EDH deck, especially.
Yeah.
That's not terrible.
Oh boy.
All right, well, I guess it's time to
All of us make Walking Dead decks.
no. Listen, I would unironically, if we all made a pact to just make Walking Dead decks as a joke, I would do it. I would make a Commander Walking Dead deck.
I would.
And we would all have
mean,
Walking Dead
I'm
nights.
I'm looking to sell all my magic cards, so well, not all of them, but
Well,
Whatever nerd he's out.
what better?
Who's in?
What better use of that money?
no, a lot of better uses.
You could trade it in for in-store credit. You're gonna get more, and then if they have a holographic Negan on the display,
Yeah,
which I'm
I mean-
sure they do, right next to their Black Lotus.
I'm not that worried about getting the bang for my buck with the magic cards. I just want to get rid of them.
I'm interested to see what the
You're more of a
40K card-
Daryl guy, is that it? You're not feeling the Negan. Maybe you want Glenn. Glenn is blue and white, so I mean a good control.
I want
a control Glenn
I
deck.
want fucking King Ezekiel with my tiger token.
There
That's
you-
what I want.
Why is Glenn blue and white?
I don't know.
What is it about Glenn that screams control?
Rick is just white, which is not correct.
I mean, it looks like early. Now it does look like older Rick. I was gonna say early Rick was just white.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He went fucking insane at times. He should be like red white
Yeah.
minimum. Why does Negan have any white in him at all? Is that just because Negan's insane and thinks that he's a cool dude?
He also has red and black, so I mean that's correct.
He does, but what's with the fucking white?
I guess.
I feel like red and black's good enough.
Yeah.
Apparently, Rick's the most expensive out of all of them.
How much
Is
is
he?
Rick?
I mean, Rick's rules are decent. They're not
Rexford are very
mind-blowing,
good.
but they're pretty good.
We're sitting here discussing Walking Dead magic cards.
We
Yeah,
somehow forgot
I'm down
about the
to
40K version of this that is going to be
yes.
coming out.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm
there's
down
also
to get
that coming.
I'm down to get the fuck off this topic at any point in time, but I am interested to see what these 40K cards are, just for shits and giggles, just to see if they're any good.
I threw out my Tau models, but I picked up a Tau deck.
I like it.
All right.
Um,
Uh,
I'll be honest with you, boys. I know it's not Magic the Gathering, but I'll be a little salty if you pick up a Warhammer card game when I literally dropped money into the Warhammer card game.
Well, really, you should be mad at Games Workshop for pulling this shit, if anything. It's not our fault.
I would
Like
choose
I
Michonne.
literally have a Warhammer card game.
Well, we could play that too. We can't see each other. All of this is hypothetical. As soon as we can see each other, we'll be playing all sorts of everything. It's fine.
It's true. What the hell's Glenn do? Let's see. It's got Skulk.
Can I be honest though?
Yeah.
I never played a Warhammer card game as much as like Magic.
Well, that's why I started that with I know it's not Magic.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay, I guess. I like Magic. I liked Magic better though. So I'm just curious, okay? I just want to see what these fucking Warhammer cards are, alright? There's like a fucking Swarm Lord named character MTG card, you know?
Yeah,
I
see, they
just
had
wanna know.
they had like Godzilla and the other kaiju, but it was just alternate art.
Right, yeah.
I knew that.
I was
I-
aware of that.
Yeah, we were
But-
aware of this one.
King Kong card?
Yeah, I think there was a Kong. Now let me see. No, that's Rodan. Oh,
Fucking Vect. What if there's like a Vect card? What if I can make a Dark Eldar EDH deck?
He has no model, but he's got a magic
Yeah,
card.
but he's got a magic card. I'll really fucking just. If they do that, I'll turn into Anthony and I'll throw all my Dark Eldar models in the fucking trash. Lilith Hesperax EDH. What was the fucking name of the other the? Oh, they
no,
took them all
but
away.
they
didn't
did. They didn't make Kong.
What?
It was
For the
who?
alternate
Like the
art.
Dark Eldar characters?
they? Get rid of fucking all of them.
Yeah,
was
wasn't-
even
I
in
think
there?
the only
Oh.
one was Lilith. She
Oh,
was
okay.
still around, I believe.
They even got rid of fucking Urian.
Oh, maybe Urian too. Urian was probably in there.
They got rid of the other chick with the name I currently can't remember.
Lady Malaise, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think Urian stayed in. It was Urian and Lilith, I believe.
All right. Well, color me remotely interested. I want to see some rules.
Yeah,
for
I'm
these
interested.
EDH
Show
cards.
me. Show me.
What happens when you push magic power creep in with Games Workshop power creep?
The world explodes.
What do you get?
No, nothing's gonna happen until the Forge World Magic cards come out, and they're gonna be nuts. And also the same price and size of a car. That was a good story. That was a good one.
I was made aware of the existence of Walking Dead fucking MTG cards. Mildly.
I wonder how many other special sets that we just missed. Like maybe they made
I-
an Unholy War set and we're just not aware of it.
Stop it.
I'm gonna be hammering that nail all episode.
Stop it.
Piranha would definitely be red green. Like it's really obvious.
Stop. You can't keep getting away with this. You know there was a more powerful version of the Prana? There was a Mega Prana that was a secret character,
Yes.
according to Wikipedia.
Yep.
I know that.
That it made it its way into Magic via secret layer.
Anyway,
Yeah, Final Fantasy remake gets a DLC introducing Yuffie, but far more concerning is she's in her Dirge of Cerberus fucking outfit, and
Yeah.
and not only that, Weiss is in there.
Yeah.
ETA to Gact when? And all the terrible the the compilation. I had this discussion with someone. I can't remember who it was, but it was like, all right, spoilers. Does anyone care about Final Fantasy Remake amongst us here?
I don't know.
I did because I was holding out for like a PC port, but I've had things spoiled for me, so not as much as I used to.
Robbie?
I still kind of care, but not as much because I know about the big twist, quote unquote,
Okay, well that's what this is
of
about.
like it's where we've established that no one cares, right?
Well, I'm waiting on
Nope.
Robbie. Robbie.
Zero care.
Robbie.
I do not
Robbie,
care.
Okay,
he doesn't
doesn't
care.
care.
Cool. If you're listening and you care, I'm
Spoiler
sure
warning.
Anthony will timestamp
Skip
this.
to this timestamp that Anthony will put on the screen now.
I forgot
Um,
last time, but I can do chapters now. So also maybe just skip to last chapter if you don't see a time because I forgot.
All right, you've been warned sufficiently in the audio, but the
Yeah.
twist of that the game is actually like not a remake.
Yeah, there are
Actually,
time
it's
ghosts. There are time ghosts messing with the timeline and changing events, and so people weren't sure what that meant, and I think they're either trying to incorporate or trying to prevent the compendium and Dirge of Cerberus information leaking into the main game.
So okay, I haven't played
That's my theory.
FF7 remake, right? I want to, like, if in the event that it ever comes to PC or whatever, which I know it probably never will. The supposedly when this game first got announced, supposedly everyone was like, it's probably coming to PC at some point because I think it was like pseudo confirmed that it's timed exclusive to PS4, but it seems
Correct.
really unclear what's going on with
Yeah.
that now because they still haven't said shit about
And
a
now there's a
PC.
DLC, yeah.
And it gets even further complicated because the DLC is PS5 only. It's not even on PS4. Fun fact about that. So if you don't have a PS5 yet, you're just fucked. You can't play the Yuffie DLC, which further complicates a PC release at some point that we don't even know if it exists or not. But whatever. I've heard a lot of people going nuts about this. Like specifically, I've watched a lot of like Maximilian streams and shit since this news came out, and just heard people and him like really contemplating what any of this means. You know about the other thing, right? Like the little game that they're making that's like mobile only, and it's apparently going to redo, or not redo, but it's going to. It's very strange.
Yeah,
It's like
I have it mentioned in there. Yeah, they also announced like another remake.
it's like you play through FF7 and like all the other games, but as like little chibi characters that like look more like the old PS1 characters, basically.
Yeah.
But then when you get into combat, you play the new combat
Yeah.
from like FF7 remake. And then they said that they're not just doing this, that game is not just going to be the events of FF7 remake, but in that form on mobile, it's also going to be like Crisis Core and Dirge of Cerberus and
Yeah.
like everything and Advent Children too.
Yeah.
You're apparently going to play through Advent Children for the first time ever in this weird little chibi character mobile thing. And like that's mind blowing because it's like how are they going to handle Dirge of Cerberus and shit like that? Like what is that even going to look like? Like what's the combat for
Which,
that?
by the way, this mobile game is called Final Fantasy Ever Crisis.
Yeah. So like it's fucking bonkers. Like they're handling like why it's got confirmed, pseudo confirmed because I also saw someone translated an interview someone from Square did, but only in Japan, and they translated the whole thing. And apparently, he was like, "Wise is in this DLC, but only as like a boss in like a VR training thing. So
Yeah,
he's
that's
just
what
like
I
a
heard.
simulation."
Yeah.
But it's bonkers that he's in there at all. So it's like, what are they gonna do with this? Like
How-
when we get like Dirge of Cerberus in the little chibi extra remake thing, are they just gonna like ignore Gact? And then from what I understand, like I heard Maximilian saying that in FF7 remake, especially near the end, they totally reference stuff from Dirge.
Yeah.
Like straight up. They reference like Deep Ground and shit like that. So like we're led to believe that Gact exists in this version of FF7 remake. Like we're led to believe that. So how are they going to handle this? Like is he going to be in that little chibi thing? Like what the fuck is going on? It's very interesting.
Well, this is the pessimist in me. I feel like Square Enix must be like really out of money. That they're like
No, fuck. Game sold like crazy.
No, but just the fact that they're like, all
I mean
right.
everything else there sucks, but like FF7 remake was the shit.
So like Final Fantasy remake, yeah, it sold gangbusters, but it didn't have like the best feedback. So they're working on like the second part of the remake. All right, let's. What if that doesn't pan out? We have a lot of money in this. Let's remake it again too. Also.
I don't see it like that. The way I see it is, this is just my hypothetical, is that Square realizes that they have a problem, right? And the
Yeah.
problem is that FF7 is, there's a lot more to it than just
Final Fantasy VII.
yes.
Yeah.
And like they expanded on it so much that if you're new and you're just coming into FF7 on FF7 remake, you don't know about Crisis Core, Dirge, Advent Children. Like you might not understand any of that extra shit. So this mobile things just seems like catch up. You know, it's like let's concisely feed everyone the lore that they don't know, so that when we reach this shit in FF7 remake, they're not as confused. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they could also have just not referenced that stuff and just focused on like it's a Final Fantasy VII remake.
They're not gonna do that. They have to reference that shit to keep all the old school fans happy. You know, like oh, I'm
I
gonna
don't know,
fucking
because
my boner.
I don't think like the compilation, like probably all those games combined, probably did not sell as much as Final Fantasy VII itself did. So it's hard to like, what is then your core audience? Is it the more people who just bought the one game, or the loyal people who bought everything related to it and saw Advent Children and all that shit? You know, it's an interesting question.
I don't. I,
Or did GAC kicked in the doors to Square Enix with just a fuck ton of money, and it was just like, you're gonna make me fucking canon again.
know
The albums
that
haven't been
still,
selling, and
I don't know if old FF7 sales figures matter, to be completely honest with you. I think die-hard old FF7 fans like some of that extra shit, even if the games were not good. Like most people agree that Dirge sucks,
mm,
but people like Vincent, and there are people out there
this
who
is
like
true.
the story from
Mm.
Dirge. So there are people who are like, and even if they don't like the story, I think there's people out there who just like nostalgia goggles. They like seeing shit like Deep Ground and whatever, like referenced in FF7 Remake. So they're not just not gonna do that, you know? It's like putting Wise in this Yuffie DLC. They knew what was gonna happen. When people who know that those old games see that shit, they're gonna have they're gonna have a mild freak out moment. 'Cause it's like, oh my god, dude, it's fucking Wise. Like that's bonkers. Is Gact coming?
I I
My
I'm
question.
having that freak out now. I didn't play those games. As a matter of fact, I have a negative opinion of them. Still freaking out.
Yeah, because it's awesome to think that we might get the FF7 remake version of Gact at some point down the line. Like, just think about that shit.
It can't actually be gacked. There's no way. Like,
I was thinking,
would
I
they
was
get
thinking to
his
myself,
likeness again? Like,
I had heard at some point, not even that long ago, that there is like a licensing kerfuffle with the character
right,
because like they can't just rewrite him and have it not be Gact.
right.
Like, it does have to be his likeness if they want to reuse the character. Um, So like what the fuck are they? You know what my biggest question is with all this? Like here's where my brain goes. My brain is like, so they're doing this mini remake thing on mobile, right? And they've already established that the way it's going to work is like I said, you have the little chibi character people and they walk around and then they get into combat and then you're playing like FF7 remakes combat, but you're walking around and experiencing the story in a more like old school fashion to like OG FF7. When they get to Dirge, How will you play that in FF7 Remakes combat? They have to make that after Vincent's parts of FF7 Remake are out. You see what I'm saying? Because you
Hmm.
can't have combat as Vincent in the FF7 Remake system in that mobile game until he's in like FF7 Remake Part 2. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I
Because there
think
has to be a Vincent model. They're not gonna give Vincent a model in that engine and then slap him into the mobile game and have you play as him in FF7 Remakes combat, but first in the mobile game. They're not gonna do that. They're
they
gonna put him
might.
in the actual FF7 Remake first. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think because anything that they take like from that, they could just throw it into like part 2 of Final Fantasy Remake second, you know?
They could.
It's not like it's not coming that they would just like not do it. It's they would do references or even they could use it as like a weird awkward beta test where if it goes
I,
off kind of weird, they could be like, "Oh, well, just punch that up a little bit when it comes
I
out."
doubt it though. I will be shocked if Vincent shows up in FF7 Remakes combat with a model and animations and everything in the mobile game before he's in FF7 Remake. So I imagine that all that extra shit like Crisis Core, Dirge, that's all gonna come out in the mobile game like after FF7 Remake Part 2. Because FF7 Remake Part 2, spoiler alert for anyone who cares, is probably gonna have Vincent in it. It's probably gonna have like the flashbacks with Zack and all that shit in it. So we'll have models for those people and animations that they can then reuse in the mobile game. You know what I mean? So they're not going to retell Dirge until after FF7 Remake Part 2. And when they do, hopefully we get gacked.
Hmm. We got a chibi gacked, we got a full size graph, we got a
Can you
remake with
imagine?
high res
Use your
gacked.
use your brain, right? And simulate really quick in your mind. Okay? FF7 Remakes Combat. Okay? Which I don't think either of us have actually played, but we've seen it, right? Like we know what it looks like, right? And now imagine you're controlling Vincent and you're fighting Gact in FF7 Remakes combat. Think about the high res model of Gact doing Gact stuff in FF7 Remakes combat whilst you shoot shit with Vincent. It's gonna
Hell
happen.
yeah.
We live in that world where we're gonna get high res Gact in a weird mobile game that retells the events of FF7
Well, the mobile
extended
one's not going to be
games.
super high res, but with any luck.
It looks pretty nice. They showed snippets of the combat, I think,
Yeah, yeah,
from the
but I mean, you can only get so much. It's a mobile version, you know. It's not going to be like
it still
super
looks better
crazy.
than Dirge. That's the point that I'm making.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But eventually, in the regular remake.
Did you ever think we were gonna live in this world where like we would get gacked again
No,
in an FF7 game?
I'm kind of pissed that that's the world we live in, but I mean, I live there, so can't do nothing about that.
Just some hype. I want to see gacked.
All right.
All right, Rob.
All right.
Are you done listening to us talk about fucking gacked?
Because we haven't mentioned the battle royale yet.
Sure. All right. Yeah, we haven't even talked about the fucking BR.
There's a Final Fantasy battle royale with shoot guns, which is
That
the
game is the
strangest part.
absolute dog shit. But they're doing some kind of cool stuff with it. I guess. Like at least they're trying something different.
Yeah,
The way I heard that best described by somebody was like this was probably a battle royale, like a Final Fantasy themed battle royale with like mechanics and stuff that were vaguely Final Fantasy-esque that Square was working on in the background. And at some point, like mid development,
Yeah.
someone the idea like just theme it around FF7. Just do it. Just theme it around like FF7 and soldier shit, and it'll sell better than it would have otherwise.
I do feel like there, even in like original Final Fantasy VII, there wasn't quite enough soldier shit. Because it's like it was supposed to be like an entire class, and it's like you're only ever
Yeah.
really aware of 3 people in the base game that are When it's supposed to be this whole thing of this global corporation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got more in the extra games.
Yes.
Got that guy that was, what was his name? Oh my God. The
Gack.
guy that was like Zach's mentor.
Yeah.
And then you got, like Gacked and shit like that.
Weiss.
Well, listen, Anthony, now you have all the soldier lore you could ever want
Yeah,
in
thank
Battle Royale.
God.
You can
Thank
make your
fucking
own
God.
soldier.
Can you?
It-
Is that a part of that?
Who?
Is that a part of that, or is it going to be just like skins, and then you get like, oh, I get to play Cloud and whatnot?
I don't know. It looked like they were just playing as random characters.
I see. I don't know. You can't be sure, like, because I don't know that much about that shit. Like, if are these original characters, or are they just generic skins, or can you create your own? Because I'd like Final Fantasy VII Soldier Twinkus to run around with an assault rifle. I'd make my own little Twinkie boy.
I my own little Twinkie boy.
Yep.
I got the gist from the gameplay trailers that they're just like generic, like
It's a
creative
shame.
characters. I think I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be Square's Footnut, where you play as like various Final Fantasy characters in skin form.
Mm.
Play Sephiroth with an AK, running around shooting people.
Why didn't Futnut just buy it? Damn it, Futnut.
Well, yeah. If this fails, then they could just put Final Fantasy characters in Futnut.
I hate to tell you guys, I think that already happened.
Did it?
Did they?
Isn't Cloud a skin in Footnut?
I don't think so. I know all the Marvel characters and shit are. Predator is.
I could have swore there's.
You're gonna make
I
me
could have
fucking look up
swore.
on my computer.
Maybe not. I might have heard someone joke about it. Actually, I might be wrong. I think so. I think I heard someone talking about like the Street Fighter skins, and they were joking that we might get Cloud at some point. I wouldn't be shocked if that happened.
Mm.
But now they're directly competing with Footnote with their own battle royale, so maybe not. A battle royale that will almost certainly not do as well as Footnote.
Let's see. I see Aquaman. I see.
Are there any Unholy War characters yet in Fortnite?
Those will be the next ones.
Quicksilver. Quicksilver would work pretty good. She had an ass. She did.
They got Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
In
Not the
Footnote?
not the original. The female ones.
Oh, the ones from the shitty movie? Hard yikes.
Baba Yaga.
All right, now we're just looking at Fortnite skins.
Yeah, let's not.
Now we have to talk about something else.
How about
Now we have to move on.
how about Dragon Age?
Sure.
All
What's the
right.
news about Dragon Age? I don't even
News
remember.
about Dragon Age is that Jedi Fallen Order did good, Anthem did very bad. So EA was initially going to have the next Dragon Age be a service game, like Anthem.
Oh God, that's right. Yeah.
And then they were like, okay, that didn't pan out. Maybe we should walk it back. Let's have the single player RPG be a single player RPG this time.
Glorious.
And yeah.
Might not save the game.
No.
There are so many, like, personally, the fact that they were ever even
Considering
considering
it, yeah.
that this game should be live service is an immediate red flag.
Dude, that's EA. How much shit have they completely ruined?
Okay, here's why that's a huge red flag, though, is that them taking a step back and going, oh, well, maybe we shouldn't do that, and we should develop it as a single-player RPG, actually makes me more concerned that it's just going to be dog shit now.
Why
You know
is
what I
that?
mean? Because there could already be a foundation there of like we're
yeah.
intending for this to be a service game, which like, and now they're just gonna like potentially retrofit it to be like an actual Dragon Age game. So it could just be shit from the jump, you know? Like I'm already concerned. that they were ever even considering doing that, because there could have already been work done in an attempt to make it a dog shit service game.
Yeah. Maybe they left this. They took out all the service parts, but they left in the loot boxes.
You only unlock the game's true ending via loot box.
It's a random. You get different endings. Oh, I got the legendary ending. I didn't get the common ending.
Stop. Please. Please, they're listening.
I opened up the loot box, and
They're listening.
and it
I
just
love
had a
that
copy of the Unholy War in.
Please stop.
Brother, are you okay, man? Do you need a moment? Like,
EA ruins everything, Rob.
I understand, man.
Everything I like is dead.
Mate, I understand.
It's incredible to consider. There was a time when it was like, "Ooh, EA is on the cover. That means this is good."
Oh, those times are long gone, my
Yeah,
guy.
I know,
That
but it's
PS1,
just
PS2 era. Like, oh, it's
Yeah.
an EA. It's pretty cool. SSX Tricky, nice, dude.
hell yeah.
It's in the game. Or EA Big or whatever it was called.
Oh, EA Sports Big was so good. I
EA
cannot
Sports Big.
I can't believe they got rid of that. NBA
Yeah.
Street, NFL Street, all that shit. All that shit was good. Oh man.
Whenever we talk about anything Dragon Age or Mass Effect related, the clip from Red Letter Media of Rich Evans
Yeah.
asking Mike, or asking him like, how does it feel to live long enough to see all your favorite franchises like go up in flames, just plays in my head.
Feels great.
'Cause that's how I feel about like Dragon Age. I know I'm never gonna like. I literally I have to come to terms with the fact that I will never get. We've talked about this before on the podcast, so I'm just repeating myself. But like, I will never get a game that's as good as like Dragon Age Origins ever
Nope.
again from
Nope.
BioWare. It's never gonna happen. And this game that they're working on right now is going to, at best, be 50 Shades of average, like
With loot
Inquisition.
boxes.
Maybe with loot boxes,
With
but even if
with vestigial service game features.
But even if it doesn't have dumb shit like loot boxes and stuff in it, just the core of the game, the story, the gameplay, it's all going to be extremely average, which was pretty much the story of Inquisition. And that's exactly how I feel about the new Mass Effect game. It's probably going to be much the same fucking shit.
Hell yeah. So
Hey,
look
seeing
forward
as
to
how-
that.
How Jason Schreier, as part of his tweet, said specifically, following the success of Jedi Fallen Order, right? That was something he said in his tweet.
Which
Jedi Fallen Order,
yeah.
I may remind you, was not made by BioWare. It was made by Respawn. Do you think that EA...
They have like Respawn do Dragon Age?
No, I wasn't going to say that.
Oh,
I wasn't
that'd be
gonna say that, but
hysterical.
they would probably do it better than BioWare.
Probably.
Do you think Respawn will be allowed to come out of the basement and make a new Titanfall anytime soon? Do you think that's going to happen at some point
No,
in the
they're
future?
too busy making Crossfire X or whatever the fucking that stupid thing was.
What? That's Remedy.
Oh,
what are you talking
whatever. Same thing. Shut up.
about? No,
Shut your mouth.
not even close. What a massive...
Okay,
What a horrible
hold on.
guy.
Let me correct. All right. I'm sorry. It's
No.
amazing how this is
What a
all getting
horrible
edited
person.
out. Anyway, they're gonna they're gonna let them out of the basement. They're gonna make Titanfall 3, and it's gonna release right between the next Battlefield and Call of Duty for the third time in a row, and it's gonna do poorly.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna
Yeah.
do poorly because it's a bad game. It's gonna do poorly because people have accepted mediocrity and taste no longer exists.
Yeah.
People want the same shit that they've gotten every single year and to pay full price for it again. And I just want Unholy War. I want taste.
I'm talking about Unholy War! Motherfucker! I'm trying to talk about Titanfall 3, and he keeps talking about Unholy War. Stop listening to this podcast. You're feeding him. The 5 of you. You're making him talk about Unholy War.
Every time I say the word Unholy War, life is breathed back into that corpse.
Yes, the disturbance on the force.
Everyone dies twice. When you've ceased to be, and the last time your name is said. And as long as I stand, as long as this podcast, so long as the servers never go down, that means Unholy War is now immortal, because I mentioned it.
Every time you say it, somewhere in an office in Montreal, someone in Eidos feels a disturbance on the force, a voice on the wind.
They just their hair just stands up and they start sweating and they're not sure why.
Yeah.
What happened?
Then they go burn a copy of Unholy War.
Force.
Someone's attempting to resurrect Unholy War and they smack like an alarm button.
Oh man.
Perform the rituals. They craft the seals and they trap Unholy War back in the basement again.
They sacrifice the goat.
Yeah.
2 peas. All right.
Over a shrine that looks like Mega Prana.
So Monster Hunter Rise has a launch date for PC. Yay!
Yeah, it's fucking exciting, actually.
Are you?
It's very
have
exciting.
you swerved? Because I remember you didn't like how when there's a new Monster Hunter you have to start from the beginning, but you seem all in. You seem to have been rebitten by the Monster Hunter bug, my friend.
When did I say that?
I just got a feeling about it. Because I remember, like, before, when I was talking about, like, Freedom Unite and shit. And this is a long time ago, so it's not like it's an overnight change, either. That...
I don't specifically know what you're referencing. I've said that I don't like... I've said that I would rather that they just update World again. Instead of me having to start over in Rise. Like, that would be preferable if they were like, here's another, like, expansion for World, instead of me having to wait for Rise and then starting with nothing. But I'd rather get Rise than get nothing at all, you know? So I'm excited about it. I didn't think I would. I didn't even know if I was going to get Rise, because the last time we talked about a PC port for Rise, it was just rumor.
Yeah.
Rumor and speculation and leak that we were like supposedly getting a PC port, but we had no confirmation. And this is like hard confirmation that it's coming. So that's fucking exciting. It makes me want to play Iceborne less, if that makes sense. Like, I was thinking about getting back into Iceborne, but now I'm like, Rise is coming out in like a year. So I feel like everything I would do in Iceborne now is...
Well, I mean, we got a year. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I gotta kind of like, I want to pick that up too, because now I have the new CPU. My game might actually be playable. I mean, I don't have a better GPU, but I don't think that was ever like the big problem with my Iceborne play. So yeah, I definitely want to pick that up again.
Agree that the issues with Iceborne were CPU based.
But I still don't mind. But I've been in this Monster Hunter loop where it's just like, yeah, fuck my progress. Let's start anew. And I mean, I was doing it in like where like not nearly as much change between the games too. Where it's not like regular Monhun to World and then World to Rise seems like there's quite a bit of shake-up mechanics Rise. No, I was going from Freedom to Freedom Unite and just throwing my money at Capcom.
You were just going for it.
Hell yeah, I like Monster Hunter, man.
I enjoy Monster Hunter, but it's just like the grind gets me a little bit sometimes.
It's really not that grindy.
Feels like
honestly, it's really not. World is very easy to get everything you want.
Well, what I would say, yeah, this is the thing. Gear grind weirdly not hard, which is for some reason I think what everyone implies. But the real grind is getting your fucking gems and shit and your stream stones, and that shit is a fucking grind.
Yeah, if you want to do that though. The thing is, like, with World at least, you can do all the content and fight every monster at least once before you really have to like fuck with decorations. So if you don't even want to do that because you don't give a shit about getting like your optimal build to like speedrun fucking quests and like more easily do some of the really like high rank shit, you can just not do that, you know? It's up to
Yeah,
you. I feel like World's grind is very much player driven. It's like, do you enjoy playing the game enough to get all the decorations that you want? If not, then just don't do it,
yeah.
you know?
I think another big thing was when I first started playing Monster Hunter, it was always with a group, and now when I started Worlds, I had like no one.
I mean, I constantly told everybody that I would play World with them. I've said it to Richie many times, and he won't play it.
I'm done with Cyberpunk now.
I've said it to everyone, dude. Matt got it. We only played it like twice. I've told everybody. I was like, man, I would fucking play World, and then we
Sounds
didn't
like
do it.
we're gonna play. Guess who's not finishing Cyberpunk by the time Strive comes out?
Yeah, well, I have to do that. That's legitimately important because another thing I failed to mention is that I also have to finish like I want to do a playthrough of RE7 too before RE8 comes out,
Ooh.
and there's like 2 months before that as well. So like I got shit to do. But I would play fucking World. I like World. I always tell everybody that I would fucking play World, and then we don't play World. The game's great.
Well, now we got the next game coming. And
Oh.
what? Oh,
Sorry. Breaking news. Uh,
Breaking.
breaking news.
Brandon,
Yes.
you got some time there.
What is this? Oh no, are you fucking serious?
Strive has been moved from April
Oh my
to June.
god.
Breaking. Live news break. Well, it's not going to be live when you hear it, but
For us, this is live news.
No.
No, this is good. This is good for you. Maybe Potemkin won't be fucking busted to shit.
Why did everyone complain about the lobbies, dude?
The lobbies were kind of shit.
The lobbies were shit, but they weren't shit enough that I want to wait an extra fucking month for new lobbies. Like they weren't that bad.
Yeah.
I don't
Whatever.
know.
Look, they're not saying anything in this fucking statement about game balance. They're just saying we want to redo the lobbies and server stability. They're not saying shit about we're gonna nerf Potemkin.
But this is cool. I do like that there's a lot of
Bro.
delays and you're like, why? But this is like, hey, we just had an open beta and we got feedback, so we're delaying it to work on literally that feedback. I think that's really cool.
That is cool, I guess. It's also frustrating because I really just want to play the game. I was ready for the April 9th fucking release date, dude.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
me
fucking
too.
pre-ordered it, man. I have it pre-ordered. I was ready. I'm ready to go. And now I have to wait till fucking June.
That's 2 full months plus.
Oh, it's more time to play Blast Blue, I guess. Right?
More time.
Let's just play Blast Blue.
We could. That's fine.
We're Blast Blue players now, Anthony.
At least for 2 months.
We're Blast Blue. We Blast Blue now.
Damn.
What that was our breaking news.
Yeah, holy shit.
You just made my pee-pee wilt.
You're welcome.
Fucking
First
live.
I wilt the pee-pee. Then I get a remake of the Unholy War, and it'll be a pubelish shriveled pee-pee.
That could be the worst. That's the worst parallel universe is the one where not only have you just showed me that, but then back to back you're like, and Eidos just tweeted, there's a PC remaster of Unholy War on Steam right now. That's like the worst of all universes. That's the darkest timeline.
It's the timeline you're living in, boy.
No, it's not.
Not yet.
Fortunately, until you post in 5 minutes the tweet that says Unholy War is up.
Well,
on Steam.
speaking of things that are never going to come out, Elden Ring got
Oh yeah, wow, I forgot about that actually, and I'm the one that
a
posted it.
trailer leak. It looks it looks like Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I don't see why anyone was really surprised. There's a good jump and there's a horse.
First of all, I would like to say that it looks legitimate. Like this doesn't look like a fake leak
No, it
to
looks
me.
very good.
I mean, we're looking at. Well, I'm not commenting on its quality. I'm just commenting on the fact that it doesn't look like bullshit.
Well,
It
that's what I
looks
meant
like
too.
this
Yeah.
is legit.
Yeah.
Um, like we're looking at like assets, like things I don't recognize from anywhere else, and like it looks like a legitimate trailer for the game. And yes, it just looks like Dark Souls. It just looks like Dark Souls, which is weird to me because I would have predicted a more different kind of game, to be honest. Like we're coming off of Sekiro.
Well, so here's something I cannot confirm this, but it is what I have read is that this there are a lot of leaks I feel lately that almost seem intentional. You know what I mean?
Oh
Where
yeah,
it
I've been a conspiracy theorist for a long time
yeah,
in that
they're
regard.
like
There's
weirdly
plenty of leaks.
polished and stuff like
Yeah.
that. This is really basic shit that they're showing in this video. And what I think, what
Have
I've
you,
read,
not to cut you off before you
go
get
ahead.
to your theory, but have you heard the backstory behind this leak? Like,
It's
do you
something
know what
about
it's supposed to
Bandai.
be? Do you know what this is though? The trailer that he's showing?
No, what's up?
Oh, supposedly this is a trailer from a year ago that was made for investors.
Mm,
Supposedly, it's just to show it was just for like behind the scenes, like a meeting with investors from a year ago. That's what this is. So if that's true, we're looking at shit that's a year old, and it
mm.
still looks fairly good.
Right. So this is what I was getting to. This is like actual alpha footage. This isn't like every other game company where it's like alpha footage and it's like very clearly not fucking alpha footage. It's like in beta. So what some people have pointed out is that a lot of the animations and even the graphical design is very old Dark Souls because they suspect that this is just a system test and those are literally imported old assets just to see if the engine is working. Because if you look at the trailer, the artistic direction, there's kind of like Sekiro, like fake arms going on. The helmet is very, very strange, whereas like it looks nothing like that. It looks very just like Dark Souls stuff, so it's like kind of tattered and worn down. Um, so like I kind of feel credence to that, where it's like I don't think that this is um, what it's necessarily going to look like. I don't expect much because as the number one From Software fanboy, they don't change much between games. They get a formula that works, and then they do it again with more with a new in a new story. And I've bought every single Armored Core game. That's what it's been like 90% of the time. I mean, Demon Souls could be argued to Dark Souls, can be argued to like Sekiro and Bloodborne, where there are changes between the games, but it's not like an entirely new game.
I
So
mean,
I think people need to temper like I think the people saying that oh it's just Dark Souls 4 are incorrect, but I also think the people that are expecting like some crazy new shit are also incorrect. It'll be a switch up of the formula, and we already know they have at least that much because of the
but
horse scene.
hold on. As someone who's played every Souls game that I'm allowed to play because they don't get stuck on a single console, and I've seen all the fucking assets, and I'm very accustomed to the way things animate and shit, and I'm watching this trailer right now with no audio. There's tons of unique shit in this trailer
Yeah,
that doesn't look like it's just in-engine test, let's reuse assets and shit like that. Like, there's all kinds of animations I don't recognize. There's mechanics in this trailer that are straight up new. like horseback riding. Though there's clearly stealth. He sneaks at one point in like a crouch walk and shit. Like there's definitely new game stuff in here.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's straight new.
I'm not
I
saying
like
all of it is. Particularly the character model. All the environments are very interestingly set up. The kind of like bigger areas, things of that nature. There's yeah, and then of course there's fucking horses.
even the model looks like. What do you mean by the character model?
Well, I don't know. I just think it looks a lot like your standard um whatchamacallit. It kind of looks. It reminds me a lot of like the starting gear from Dark Souls 2. Again, and just it doesn't. From the one character we get a good shot of in the trailer, it looks. I don't know. It looks completely off to me.
I don't think it looks off. It just looks like I don't know. I can see what you're saying. I'm assuming you're talking about the guy that has like a weird head wrap thing going on.
Hmm.
That kind of looks like Dark Souls 2 starter gear, but other stuff does not. And like I don't know. I mean, I personally think we're definitely. It's odd that the guy at one point casts a spell that's just homing soul mass,
Mm.
like straight up from the Souls game. It's literally just homing soul mass, like one for one. So that's kind of odd. But I don't see like it's weird because they're like this trailer's for shareholders, but it's like voiced, like there's dialogue in it.
Hmm.
You can see the subtitles and shit like that. I'm listening to it with no or watching it with no audio, so I don't know if there's actual voice dialogue in it. But like I don't know. It's just like if what we're seeing in this trailer is indicative of generally what the game is going to be like when it actually fully comes out, I am personally shocked that it's not massively different from like a Souls game. Because like we're coming off of Sekiro from Soft, so we've seen what they can do with the formula, like how they can really twist it and make something super unique that like kind of conforms to the old Souls like loop, but is drastically different in how it controls.
Mm.
I just wasn't expecting a game that just looks mechanically like it's Dark Souls 4 without being called Dark Souls 4 because that's what this looks like, just with horseback riding and like a stealth mechanic. Just strange. I'm not disappointed. I think I'm one of the people who's like, I'm not saying that in the sense of like I'm sad that it just looks like Dark Souls 4. I'm actually okay with that because I like Souls games and I'm totally fine with it just being Dark Souls 4
Yes.
under a different name. But I thought it was going to be something else. If that makes any sense.
Well, we'll see as more gets on. I think it's definitely they're blending what they learned from Sekiro. It's going to be interesting to see how the horse reacts. To me, one of the biggest takeaways is the little platforming section where he jumps and it looks like he has pretty good control, which is again probably from Sekiro, where it's like all the Souls games had really shitty jumps, like really terrible goddamn shitty jumps, and that alone is going to be really neat.
If Sekiro is indicative of anything, I think it's of the fact that FromSoft has evolved to a point as a company where they've figured out how to make a game that actually has like mobility in it that doesn't feel like garbage. You know, as someone who like I really like Souls games, but you would never catch me being like, wow, it feels really good to move around and jump in a Souls game because it doesn't. Like honestly, like
Yeah.
jumping feels awkward. There are moments where you're jumping gaps and shit like that in Souls games, and it feels horrifying
Oh yeah,
because
it puts
jumping
the
doesn't
fear
feel
of
good.
God in you. Yeah.
Yeah, but like Sekiro was proof that like they can do it at least now. Like they figured out how to make a game where jumping doesn't feel like shit and like running around doesn't feel like shit. So like I don't know. It would be cool to see some of that like leak into a more traditional Souls-like game, but who knows? They can't make it. It's clearly not going to be like Sekiro, where you have all that mobility in like a combat situation and are like actively using it in a combat situation. At least it doesn't look like it. from what we see in this. But who knows? If this is supposedly a year old, what we're looking at could be outdated. And we've still heard nothing about this game in terms of like when it's actually coming out. So this could all look very different when we actually get like a formal, actually released trailer. It's kind of fucked up, isn't it, that this is how we had to hear about this in any way, shape, or form?
Yeah, I feel like it had like as much as I don't think that this was like a structured leak, I feel like one of the employees took it upon himself because
We just
there were a
fuck it.
lot of people who were just like, "Oh, this game is so fucking canceled." Like, oh man.
I'm assuming it's just I don't know. I'm assuming that if we weren't in Rona Apocalypse that we would have heard about this in some capacity already at this point. Like there probably would have been an official trailer and shit like that. Or what we're looking at right now, because like the guy who posted it said, like I said, that if this was for shareholders and shit from like a year ago. But like it feels like they were intending to spruce this up and give it to us at some point because of like the dialogue that's in it and like the little text blurbs that are on the screen that's like from the creators of whatever and whatever. And like maybe we would have seen this already at
Yeah.
this point if it weren't for Rone Apocalypse.
Well, and also it is a year old, so what it currently is at could be completely different from this too, oddly enough.
But, yeah.
For better or for worse.
Excited about it. I'm glad that I got to see something, to be told that the game exists in some way, shape, or form. I'm actually, like I said, oddly happy with the fact that it just looks like a Souls game because I would like to just play a new Souls game. But it's also weird and kind of shocking that they're not like breaking the mold in a significant way. I definitely didn't, like I said, I definitely didn't expect to see this game and be like, oh, it just looks like a Souls game. I thought it was going to be like something vastly different, kind of like Sekiro, but clearly not. Clearly, they still want to make Souls games, but just not in the universe of Dark Souls, like away from the setting, but mechanically, they still want to make those games. You know what I mean? But just work on a new story with fucking George R. R. Martin.
Sorry, I was tick typing some stuff. Yeah, I mean, Christ, FromSoft has me by the balls. I'm gonna buy this. If nothing changed, if the game I pay $60 and it is literally that trailer where I like pan around two areas, jump a bit, and then climb on a horse, and there's no other game, I'd be like, yeah, that was pretty good. Fucking FromSoft, man. uh, and I want it to come out as soon as possible, so that way they could get work on Armored Core 6. Um, and yeah, I'm excited. So now that we got the good news out of the way, let's talk about a bunch of bad news, which is Hardsuit is in dire straits. Holy shit!
That
Um,
just speaks volumes to me of why they were probably fired in
they
quotes
were
from Vampire.
literally fired. It's not just
Um,
from Vampire. Not all of it. Not all of Hardsuit. But for me, this reads like, because of course, I don't know. This it's always sparse of information. I'm gonna see if I could Google some more.
Google.
I'll wait for you
Yeah.
before I give my opinion.
So it seems like after they let's see, update. So yeah, as soon as that they were removed from the development of Vampire the Masquerade, people lost jobs, and
Oh,
it's probably because they didn't. You hire the workers for the project, and I guess once that contract was rescinded, um, yeah, they can't pay them with like not money. So,
I was gonna say this is far more mundane than anyone may want it to be. It's literally very simply they had a contract, to like
mhm,
work on this game. It got pulled. They don't have money anymore, so people lose jobs.
yeah,
That's literally all this is. It's honestly not that mind-boggling. I read this article and I was like, yeah, of course. Like suddenly they don't have money to pay these people because they're not putting out a game that they're gonna get paid for. You know what I mean? This shit happens all the time. It's like when Obsidian almost went fucking bankrupt because Bethesda didn't pay them a bonus for New Vegas for the Metacritic score. Like
oh yeah, yeah,
this isn't like literally missed Metacritic by 1 point and didn't receive a bonus they were supposed to get, and they almost went under completely. It's a similar thing. They were working on a game, they thought they were going to get paid for it. They're not getting paid for it anymore. They have to cut people. It's fucking shitty.
I mean, it's
It's
shitty
the
for
it,
the people working.
yeah, it's depressing to hear about it, but like it's honestly not mind-boggling.
yeah. It's a very
Typical.
straight line. This isn't a curvy road or a weird intrigue. It just goes to it begs the question, yeah, like what happened? Um, besides the fact that I mean, what they showed us didn't look great. That's the only real like jumping off point I could think of to just lead to the loss of contract, which then loss of members. Um, so yeah, it's a hell of a time for at Hardsuit Labs.
Yeah. It's very mundane. It's very clear why they're cutting people. There's just no money
Mm,
anymore. They just lost a very big fucking job for their studio. So they cut people
I don't know what to tell you. We're broke.
and it blows. But I hope someday, sooner rather than later, we get like a journalist to explain what went down with the skew of the game. We're probably never gonna see that led to them fucking firing Hardsuit. I would really love to know exactly what it was that caused all of this. Very curious.
mm. And the hurt keeps on rolling. For a very specific brand of people. ASL, Africa StarCraft League, is no longer going to be supported in English. Um, it's still going to allow people to cast for it, um, but it's no longer going to be like officially supported or on the main channel or anything like that. Um, so for those people who liked watching Brood War and Korea Time, no longer. It's going to be up to the casters doing it basically on their own dime and time because they'll no longer be officially supported for it. And of course, there's the fear murmurs that this is going to spread from Brood War to even StarCraft 2. But that is just doom and gloom rumors. Who knows? Um, but yeah, it's the end of an era. Well, probably the first big esports game, I would say. Because I mean, yeah, like there were other games. There's like Quake and Unreal had that scene, but like the actual league, like a big league, I was aware of was always people playing StarCraft, and it's crazy to think that it's over. It's over. At least in English. The
Yeah.
Koreans are still having a good time.
The Koreans are
Uh,
having fun.
StarCraft needs some new content.
Mm.
This is like StarCraft 1, though, isn't it?
Yeah, Brood War.
Yeah.
Technically, yeah, it's StarCraft 1.5.
But yeah, well, I mean, it's got to end sometime. But
Yeah, just OG StarCraft getting too old. So they don't want to cast it
Can't
in
bring in
English
them
anymore.
kids.
I mean, let's be real. There's certainly an audience for that, but there's not this probably not a massive amount of people still like actively watching modern professional StarCraft 1 compared to like other esports. You know, like it's not pulling Dota 2 international numbers or anything like that. So
Well,
I
I
guess
mean,
they just
even according to
like
things like Twitch, most people are watching chicks talk.
right.
So
Yeah. So
it's not even video
it's a
games.
fair.
And chicks really aren't playing the StarCraft.
No, they're just talking. Sorry, chatting.
Just chatting. Yeah, they're just chatting. It's fine.
Touche. Touche,
All
my
they're
friend.
doing. Just chatting.
Oh man. So
Rip in peace.
yeah, rip in
Though I feel
peace.
like this is almost, how do I put this? It's unfortunate that the league itself, was this the league itself, or was this just like someone who was like streaming it?
No, that's the
Like what
league
is this?
itself.
Okay.
Africa TV, which is the main channel for that, is dropping English support.
So it's unfortunate that they would do that, but there's definitely a community probably for StarCraft 1, and there are almost certainly people in it who will just cast it anyway in English, you know, like modern day nines or whatever, who are just going to continue to cast these games regardless. So it's not like there's not going to be somewhere for you to go to watch these games with a caster. I would almost be willing to guarantee that shit. But in an official capacity, yeah, it's kind of sad, I guess, to see it die off. But yeah, there's probably not many people watching fucking competitive StarCraft 1 nowadays. So it also kind of makes sense.
Still sad.
Yeah.
Be thankful that be thankful Blizzard wasn't like actively running competitive
Yeah,
scenes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
If they were, this would have died many years ago.
Yeah. That'd be
Kind of like how
as.
they axe murdered the Heroes of the Storm competitive scene and shit like that.
Yeah, I was about to
Uh,
say.
Rip.
Um, Speaking more on loss, is Sony removes its TV show and rentals and even movies on the PlayStation Store. Which is hyper weird. Like I understand cutting it back because of licensing. I'm sure it kind of costs them money to host it, and then they get kicked back for whatever people buy. But it's like Sony has a movie studio, and like why wouldn't they host their own content? Like it's so weird to me that it's all just going.
Yeah, it this speaks to me of a company like Sony realizing that most people are probably not going to want to purchase movies and television shows on their platform when they could just go buy it on like Amazon
Now,
and be able to
I
play
think
it
I
on
think
many different devices.
I actually think more than that is that I think the number one used app on most Sony consoles is just Netflix anyway. So it's
Well, yeah. A that, and B, if you're going to straight up purchase a movie, like
Mhm.
why would you do that on a PlayStation? You know what I mean? Like why would you tie a movie to your fucking Sony account on the PlayStation Store when you could just buy it on like Amazon and then be able to play it from like anything,
But
you
man, if
know?
you
Like your
play
PC, your phone, whatever.
if you buy it on the PlayStation store, you could play it on your PlayStation Vita, and wherever you go.
Vita means life.
Oh, that's an old one. I haven't heard that one in
Yeah.
quite a few because the Vita's been dead for so long.
Vita
Oh
means
my
life.
God. So yeah, I mean, like it makes sense from that, like the licensing, but it still confuses me why they wouldn't offer their own content. So they got to make some money from it. I mean, especially with things like Spider-Man and stuff. You know, it's
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird, I guess, from that perspective. But
Yeah, to me, that's the only part that's weird of it. Everything else makes sense. It's like people have Netflix, people have a million other streaming services. Like you said, you're locked to the one Sony console and Sony handhelds that are dead. Um, and yeah, I'm sure there's licensing fees that they have to deal with, and this just cuts out a bunch of overhead. But then still, like, but your own stuff where you don't have to pay those fees and all that stuff. It's like, I guess.
if watching a lot of like red letter media videos over like the last few months has taught me anything, and watching enough half in the bag movie discussions has taught me anything, it's that most stuff Sony produces movie wise is actually kind of garbage.
Yes.
So maybe they looked at their catalog and they were like, scrap it, just fuck it. Because if we just host our own shit, it's gonna look like a trash fire. Get rid of all of it. Fuck it. Plus, they have access to the numbers, and they probably see that nobody's buying anything on the fucking Sony marketplace in terms of movies and TV shows. Because, like I said, why the fuck would you do that when we're living in the day and age of streaming it on all these other services that you already pay monthly for, or you could buy them on a different service that gives you access to it on many different devices than just your fucking Sony home console. Not too shocking. Doesn't Sony produce like all those shitty Adam Sandler movies?
Do they? I wouldn't be surprised.
Like Jack and Jill and shit like that? Or am I insane?
What the fuck? I. What is Jack and Jill?
I'll look it up.
Adam Sandler movie. It's terrible.
The one with Al Pacino? Where he's like,
Yep.
Dunkachino!
Sony Pictures
I
Entertainment.
know of Dunkachino. I've seen
Gotta
it
get
on
me
YouTube.
my Dunkachino!
I do know of that because I've seen it on YouTube.
Yeah,
So
Jack and
that's
Jill is
Pacino.
where it
terrible.
originated?
You know, you don't even need to say that. You don't even need to. It's a modern Adam Sandler movie. Like, just all of his shit is bad. His old shit,
Dunkachino.
his old shit's pretty good.
Well, I actually hear his like new stuff. You know, like the murder mystery movie and shit. Like that stuff is good.
What was the
Murder
one where he
Mystery.
played the Jew? Um,
Zohan.
no,
Uncut
no,
Gems.
not. You're not
that
wrong. You're not fucking wrong. I meant Uncut Gems.
Oh well.
But Zohan is correct. Yeah.
What's he laughing at? I'm unclear.
It's just I don't know. It's really funny to me because I had totally forgot Enter the Zohan existed, and why would I reference that as a good movie? But then I just said the Jew, and it's like, oh yeah, Enter the Zohan. It's entirely correct. But I meant
Oh,
Uncut Gems.
I didn't even remember what the fuck you were talking about. I had to look this up.
Oh, so now
Don't
you
mess with
understand.
on.
Now you understand. Oh man.
Man, what the fuck happened to Adam Sandler?
Whatever. Uncut Gems was good.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I wanted to watch it. I'd actually heard mixed things. I remember looking up reviews and seeing people on Rotten Tomatoes being like, "This isn't that good," but then seeing reviews that were like, "Oh, it's really good," and I didn't know what to believe. But you're saying it's good, so. But other than that, right? Adam Sandler's like one of those guys where every once in a while he pulls like a serious role out of his ass, and like it's okay. But then in the years between, he just makes absolute garbage. And I guess Sony just didn't want to put endless Adam Sandler movies on their marketplace, you know, between Spider-Man releases.
Yeah. Oh man. Adam Sandler. I don't know. I
What a
gotta
guy.
rewatch like fucking Billy Madison, like the good stuff. It's been a long time. We're so off topic. All right.
Very.
Ask, like, was Adam Sandler a hidden hack his entire career, or did he just get shitty as
No, you
time
know
went?
what? I think he started realizing that he could not care, and that he would just get like banging checks from companies for him and his friends.
Right, like he could just produce dog shit like
Like he
Pixels or whatever.
probably, yeah, he probably did like one that was bad as a joke,
And
and
then everyone was like,
like
yes.
in on the cast where it's like him and his friends get together and it's like, okay, we got this other movie and we've done all of them good. Yo, what if we just fuck this one up? What if we're just like terrible the entire time? And then they
We can get
still
Sony.
got the checks and the one after too, and they were like, "Oh shit, we could just do this. We could just do this." Which is why
Him,
something like Uncut Gems comes out and it's still good because he gave a shit, you know? Like he wanted to do that one.
he also didn't like. Did he like produce Uncut Gems in any way, shape, or form, or did he just act in it?
Let me see.
Like that wasn't his production company, was it? I gotta look this up.
Not from what I can tell. Let me see if I could find producers.
It doesn't look like he did. On IMDb, I don't see his production company. Because isn't his production? What's his production company called again?
Isn't it like Happy something?
Is it Happy Madison?
I think so.
Is that actually what it's called?
I believe so.
That's not here. So I don't think he like.
Well, I
That's
just
why.
looked up the producers and yeah, he's not there. So
Yeah, that's why the movie's good because he didn't have any hand in like the production. He just got hired as talent
yeah, but I mean,
to
he still
act in it, so he
acted.
tried.
He could have like put out his level of chops in like the Ridiculous Six, but he didn't do that. You know what I mean?
It's just I guess when he's producing something, he's just doing it to get like an easy check,
Right.
minimum
Yeah.
effort. When someone else's brain is behind it, but all he has to do is do the acting. It's an okay project,
There you go.
right?
Yeah.
This is the scam. When it's his production company, it's just him and David Spade, like writing a horrible script, going, "How much money do you think we can get from Sony for this?" You know what I mean?
Yikes! Someone's not an Adam Sandler fan here.
I, well, who would make the argument that his recent movies are good?
I mean, I'm not. I'm
Anybody?
just
Unfortunately, a
saying
lot of
that's
people.
harsh.
Harsh.
You know who I was recently reminded exists, and this also kicks into it because he's in a lot of Adam Sandler movies. John Lovitz is a man who exists. I
Oh,
completely forgot about him, and then I saw him today on like some like shitty like reality show, and he looked old and fat and upset.
Oh God, yeah,
I used to see him
yeah. I
in
forgot.
all sorts of shit. I like John Lovitz, and he was in a lot of Adam Sandler movies, like The Wedding Singer. Why are we talking about fucking Adam Sandler this long?
Because we were talking about Sony, and then we got on the
why
top.
do you
I was
listen to
like,
us?
and then I was like, "Oh, dog shit! Adam Sandler movies are Sony produced."
See, that's the
No bug at all.
miracle of editing, though.
Oh, fuck editing. This is organic conversation. Talking shit about how much ass Adam Sandler sucks on a daily basis.
And
In a
ironically,
big
we haven't been recording as long as we usually do, and we're almost out of news, so
fuck
I
yeah, we are.
probably won't edit this stuff
What's
out.
Sony movies is ouch. What does that mean?
That's what we were talking about, man.
I wouldn't edit this out if I were you.
Banana your
Yeah.
PSP. What does that mean?
You
Oh
gotta
man,
read it, man,
I've been reading about Hitler for the past like hour or so.
for a
Well,
history class, right?
You guys are talking about Adam Sandler, and I'm sitting
class.
here like
For a
reading about the
history
massacre of
class,
six
You ain't
million
right?
reading.
Jews.
You ain't reading that for class.
No, I'm reading that for pointers. What?
You gonna incorporate them into your island?
Yeah, my furry island Holocaust. It's a song name.
Furry Island Holocaust.
BB will never go for it.
I don't know, how's BB on
Anyone
furries?
who watches The Mandalorian won't go for it.
What?
That was a layered joke.
Did I
Yeah,
miss
so
that
much.
one?
Oh yeah, who's the kind of like butch girl from The Mandalorian? She's a
Yeah, I know her.
yeah. She compared the prosecution of whatchamacallit, current like conservative, like how people are really tightening the noose around them, in her perspective,
Oh
to
yeah.
like a Holocaust. So
Didn't
now,
she get
The one,
like
she's the
removed
one that,
for that?
yeah, she
yeah,
got
she's the one that got
removed.
fired, right? Yeah.
Her action figure has been discontinued. So buy those up; they're worth money. If you see them in the store in the bargain bin,
I'm
limited
not
edition.
commenting on her comments, but I did like her as an actress, and that sucks. But you know,
No, I mean, I think it's a sane position to say her comment was fucking stupid, but maybe not lose your job stupid. You know, it's a bad comparison.
I'm of
People
the
make bad
opinion that you
comparisons
can
all the time.
dislike the person, but you don't have to dislike the work,
That too.
you know?
I don't
Um,
know. I don't know if I would dislike a person over a bad comparison.
that's what he's saying. Oh
Well,
well,
I'm just saying it's, like I say, I don't usually take people's comments or actions and use that to say like they're like I don't like their work. Like
Right.
I guess famous examples are like I guess a little bit in the past, like Michael Jackson. Like I'm not gonna say his music is bad because I didn't like what he did personally.
I
Except for
quite
his
literally,
track,
I
bad.
quite, I quite literally have two personal examples of this
All right.
Hmm?
for me
Are you gonna
specifically.
say what is it? Who was it? God, the Suicide Silence guy? Was that it?
No, no, fuck him. He's a
Oh,
weirdo. Um, not him.
I don't hold it against people, but fuck that guy.
The guy from As I Lay Dying who attempted to hire somebody to kill his wife.
as I like
That's
dying. There you go.
Right.
That's
that's
what I
fucked
meant.
up,
Yeah.
right? That's not good that he
Correct.
did that, right? Big finger wag. Don't hire people to kill your significant other. That's not nice,
Big
right?
finger.
That's not a nice thing to do,
That gets
right?
two thumbs
However,
down from Brandon on his scale of
however,
thumbs. Wife
however,
murder, double down.
yeah, on the, the Brandon scale of thumbs, 2 thumbs down for trying to kill your wife with a hitman. However, I didn't stop listening to their music, because I
Mm.
could separate the guy trying to kill his wife from the shit that they make that I like.
Didn't
I still listen to
when he
old
got
As I
out
Lay
of the
Dying albums from time to time,
when he got
you
out of
know?
the clink, did the band take him back too, right?
Yeah, no, they actually
Yeah.
got back within the last like year or two and made a new album.
We gotta check that out. Now that he's a changed man, now that he's been in the slammer.
Um, and then another example, the second example, also a musical example, Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins.
Mm.
I could have a conversation with that guy and most likely disagree with him on every point and think in the back of my head that that guy's a fucking idiot because he's the kind of guy who believes in like crazy shit that you would hear someone like Alex Jones talk about, like just absolute insane right-wing extremist propaganda crap. But I really like the Smashing Pumpkins. I still do to this day. So like I can make that separation, you know what I mean?
Yeah, which is what I'm trying to get at is, you know, I don't want to go on a tangent of unrelated left-wing cancel culture, but it's kind of what it is.
Culture.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion.
Yeah. I'm with you there.
It depends on the thing.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
it
I
highly depends on the
Depends
thing.
on what someone did and if there's enough evidence to prove that they absolutely did it. I disagree with cancel
mm.
culture when it's like here's someone who just gets like someone makes an accusation, it's not even really proven yet, and they lose all their jobs.
What
Like that's
didn't that happen to there was a guy who did like a late night thing. I can't remember. But yeah, he eventually got his job back, but he was like fired for quite a while and then it like came out it's like, "Oh, no, his ex was just a psycho."
I mean there was like there's been a few examples of it. There
Yeah,
was that
yeah.
guy, there was that dude from oh god, what's his name? Oh my god, the guy that was on the bus with Trump with the grab him by the pussy thing. The dude
Mm.
from like
Oh God, yeah. What was
like
his name? It was like Billy some, wasn't it? I
yeah,
don't.
Billy Bush or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Like he lost all his work, all of his jobs, and his career basically stagnated for like a couple of years. And then people realized like maybe that's kind of fucked up. that we like fucked this dude's whole career up just because he felt pressured because he was in like this really awkward like he didn't even do anything. He was just in a
Yeah.
really awkward social situation with some rich fuck that was like, yeah, I grabbed him by the pussy. But like he wasn't like, yeah, dude, grab him by the pussy. That's awesome. 2 thumbs up. He just like didn't say anything
Mm.
about it and
Yeah,
just kind of
if
like
he was
chuckled at him.
pussy was told to him, and for that you must be punished.
Yeah, which is probably what like 90% of people would do when you're in an awkward situation like that. Is just be like, that's very funny, Mr. Trump, and then like walk away from him and be like, wow,
Mhm.
what an asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he lost all of his like fucking career for a couple years over that, and like that's fucked up.
But
Shit
don't
like
you
that.
see? People don't care because people are assholes.
There are other situations where I think it's fine, like when someone actually is like a heinous asshole and there's absolutely significant proof, and that's okay. But when it's
Yeah.
like an accusation that's unfounded and has not yet been proven,
Yeah, I think the real problem
Eh.
is proof, especially when it's like a he said she said situation. That's a tongue twister for the modern age, and also like what is heinous for a lot of people changes person to person because there's certain levels where it's like murder, attempted murder, rape, like that should be in the no zone for every single person. I don't think there's any way you could justify that. Maybe murder.
I don't know. Where do we put murder in self-defense?
Yeah, well,
That's-
okay, yeah.
That's the gray area
Well,
there.
that's self-defense. That's not
It's going-
murder.
it's going to a weird place.
Murder's
Here's a,
premeditated.
here's a better example.
That's not this premeditated murder.
Here's a better example. Does anyone remember like
It's manslaughter.
Does anyone remember Aziz Ansari?
Yes.
Yeah.
What happened to him?
No,
Like
I
that
did
was
not.
well, that was a situation where a girl came out and made some accusations that sounded a lot like they were like sexual harassment, but then it kind of like the full story came out and it became pretty clear that all it was just an awkward first date. And the
Oh.
dude like lost, essentially fucked up his career for a little while there. Kind of still did fuck his career up because you don't hear a lot about him anymore.
Yeah, it's hard to
It
come
wasn't.
back.
It wasn't that big of a deal. Like when it first came out, people were comparing him to like a Louis C.K. and then you heard the whole story and it was like not really the same thing.
Just a awkward fuck.
Even
that's-
Louis C.K. a little bit. Like, it's bad to just show your dick to people. I'm not.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do
The-
that. But
Unwarranted.
but the
Okay.
way
Unwarranted.
but the way that some people talked about it, you'd think that like he actually like raped those girls, and he didn't. He just did a gross thing, which is bad,
Yeah.
sure, but I don't know.
I agree with you that people, maybe this is controversial, but people lumped Louis C.K. into like the Kevin Spacey crowd. And
Right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
like-
lumped them in with people who did far worse.
But
It's
Kevin
like that.
Spacey's gay, so could we really blame?
Hold on, I need a defense.
All right, that is
Okay.
getting edited out.
No, that's a great
No,
joke.
no, please.
Oh, come on.
Anthony,
Okay.
no, I
okay.
can't, I
I don't
can't be
under- I don't
associated
understand.
with that comment.
Oh, come on.
Wait, I literally don't understand what's heinous about that. Kevin Spacey's like a horrible rapist, and when he tried to defend himself, he was like, "If I just tell people I'm gay, that'll deflect it."
Yeah.
Like that's horrible. It's like
Yeah,
it's
that
a
is
gay.
that is terrible.
I'm not being
Alright,
genuine in my defense.
disclaimer: it was a joke.
Yeah. That was.
yeah, disclaimer: we're making fun of the situation.
Yes, I'm literally making fun of Kevin Spacey because he's an asshole.
I didn't think that needed clarification, but I guess
Nor
you're right.
did I,
We do
on-
need-
Well,
Goes
no,
down
you
at
know what? Fair. Richie points out a good thing where if someone didn't know the context of that story, like we're in a post-canceled Kevin Spacey story, there's some young kid out there who doesn't even know that happened, but still has access to the internet. And hears me say, Kevin, it's fine, Kevin Spacey raped those people because he's gay, and they may think I'm genuine, and they may not realize that's something that Kevin Spacey literally said and is
Wouldn't it be
ridiculous.
Like you get like a general disclaimer that you just need to put up whenever we're joking about something.
Just a giant disclaimer warning that flashes on the screen.
Yeah,
a
disclaimer.
giant
Disclaimer.
Kevin
This is a
Spacey
joke. Disclaimer. Don't cancel us. Disclaimer.
Well, we can't be canceled. Well, I guess YouTube could cancel us.
No,
but
YouTube
they're
can
not
definitely cancel us.
I don't think there's enough people listening to this for us to be canceled. Okay.
It's fair.
Yeah,
But
it's
still.
it's
This
the
is the
weird.
kind of thing where
Yeah.
10 years from now,
Wait,
if
I don't think
have
we
of
violate
viewership-
terms of service making that joke though.
True.
I don't want to put any chances on it.
Fuck it, maybe we'll be YouTube famous.
And also,
Fight YouTube. Let's
it,
go YouTube.
realistically, only me and Richie could get canceled because, you know, jobs. But I don't think the
We're canceling you from your deli job.
Yeah.
You made a Kevin Spacey joke.
Yeah,
that'd be
it
really.
gets out,
I don't think
your whole fucking career gets released.
that's
Your
how cancel
full name,
culture works.
everything, and you lose
Oh,
your
it's not
job
how
as
it
the
works,
Deli
but-
King.
Definitely not how cancel culture works. It's not employment based. It's like scrub you from social media and make sure you never do anything again.
Well,
Leave the employment.
no, that's stuff to do with it. It is definitely it impacts more socialite type jobs far harder than like service industry shit.
Yes, but it also fucks you up future wise as well. It's not just
Yeah.
what you're
True.
present.
That joke that we made about us like becoming presidents and shit. Yeah, this is that from this. It's not gonna happen. We're
Yeah,
already
we
canceled.
will never be able to be a president of anything.
Political career is ruined.
Political career. You want to be a CEO? Done. No.
I was gonna be the CEO of Amazon one day.
Rich, your kingdom of deli meats is now at risk.
Furry Island, done. Never gonna happen.
Where the hell were we again?
I have no idea.
We've been
I
to
have-
some fucking
We're not
places.
bananas.
I
Yeah.
don't even give a fuck about the news anymore. I'm so off on a tangent. My brain is so
Wait, hold on,
cooked.
hold on. Let me fix
Seeing
it for
Adam
you.
Sandler.
Tell me what's
Spacey.
banana?
Unholy War. Okay, we're back
Banana
in.
your PSV. What?
So,
Oh,
PlayStation
yes,
patent
right.
images players using a banana for a PS5 controller.
Awesome.
And you already know the joke I'm doing, which is that prototype PS4 controller. That's there. Or was it a PS3 controller? Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, I'm old.
I just want to know if one day I'll be able to just hook some wires up to my penis and just play my PS5 on
Oh
that.
fuck, it was a PlayStation 3 controller. Whatever.
I guarantee you'll be able to do that because when Elon Musk starts chipping your brain, he'll have some kind of interface. Like you'll have a chip in your brain, then it'll be like honk your dick like this to shoot your gun. Honk your dick like this. Honk your
Red
dick
one
in these.
out.
Honk your dick in these 3 specific ways to get the orbs that you need, and then honk it a 4th time to invoke tornado.
Well, I
you
mean,
know?
the chips in
That's-
your brain, they could just wire it directly to your pleasure sensors, and then you could go into like your favorite Japanese game, and there you go. There you go.
Are you implying that when the chip's in my brain, I can like watch my favorite hentai?
I'm saying with the chips in your brain,
Sweet.
you could be your favorite hentai.
Hell yeah! Thanks, Musk.
That's
Thanks,
my
Elon.
pitch.
Sign me up for the trials, Elon.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Anyway, so it's fucking PlayStation patents. PlayStation does some weird goddamn patents. And the patent it's not a peripheral that looks like a banana. It's the guy's just holding a banana. Because it's to tie into the VR, and so there's a lot of now like as VR is kind of taking off, there's also like full motion tracking, so your body, your legs and your fingers. So if I think the implication is if you can track finger movement, why do you need a controller at all? You could just do the inputs, and the camera should be able to translate it. So this is not an actual like your controller is banana, but since bananas are not a controller and in a similar shape to a controller, they're saying, you know where X square circle is in the analog sticks. If you hold this banana and pretended like you were playing with a controller, the PlayStation would be like, oh, I can see his thumbs. He's pressing square. This is all very stupid because you would just hold a controller instead.
Right. It's pretty fucking dumb.
Yeah.
But if you're controller were broken and all you had in the house
Was a banana.
was a banana, you could play your game with a banana.
You could
Apparently.
play your game with anything. You could
Yeah.
play
Like your dick. You could honk your
a
dick.
dick, dildo. Um,
If your dick was massive and floppy, and you could like turn it sideways and have like the full length of a controller, and you could like smash like honk your dick in the place where buttons would be.
mhm.
PlayStation controller, you could play with your dick.
You could play with your dick and then also use it as a
Play with your dick.
controller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play with your dick whilst playing with your dick. Damn, this podcast went places.
That's a great podcast. This is one of our best.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Really went some places here.
All around me are familiar.
No, these places are not familiar. Not
Yeah, we
familiar at
don't often talk about using our dicks as peripherals.
all. No, we don't. We don't often go on tangents like this, but when we
We
do,
go off on tangents.
It's pretty crazy considering the tangent before that led to this one. Oh man.
We're in person. The tangents we go on. Woo.
All right. So this is our last news story.
Yeah.
Is
the monster is repeating on me, and I have to take a giga piss. So let's get through this fucking exciting Twisted Metal story.
Twisted Metal, that game that you've never played, you child that is listening to this. It
Yeah, that's
was
true, actually.
it was a very successful vehicle combat game that became not a successful vehicle combat game because vehicle combat games died, except for Crash 'em Up, and um, yeah,
Fucking crash them up.
they're getting a TV series with the Deadpool writers, which is good because Twisted Metal actually had like a really interesting setup, and I could explain it if you didn't know it, which you probably don't because it's been dead since like early PS3. I think the last one came out. Armored Core is less dead than Twisted Metal is, unless you count PlayStation All Stars. That's right, Sweet Tooth was in that. Fuck.
Twisted
Oh
Metal.
God, I forgot that was even a game. For a
Yeah,
second.
I forgot that was a game
I-
too. I bet you Sony wishes they could forget that that was a game.
Oh my
just want
god,
Sony
I
to
forgot.
release More
I-
stuff for games.
I remembered that game existed, but I didn't remember that Sweet Tooth was playable. That slipped my mind completely.
Talking about. I just want Sony to release more freaking Sly Cooper games. I enjoyed Sly Cooper games.
Sly Cooper's dead.
No,
He's
he's not
dead.
He's not dead.
In the grave with Jack and Daxter.
No, they had one for the newest system before PS5. They had one for
In the
PS4.
grave.
Did they? Was there a
Yeah.
PlayStation 4 Jack and Dexter?
I don't think so. One's for Sly Cooper though.
Oh, okay.
In the grave.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Ratchet and Clank's getting a new one.
Yeah.
Sony's dusting off all of its old IPs, trying to get a mascot character because they realized they didn't have one for fucking. Because Sackboy fucking sucks a dick. But soon they'll have nothing left, and they'll have to turn to the PlayStation 1 Classic Unholy War in order to get a new mascot. There's a fucking TV show, Twisted Metal. Fuck you guys.
I would like to point out that it says. I would like to point out. Okay, hold on. In the article, all right, hold on. It says, okay, all right. It's going to be an original story inspired by the games rather than a direct adaptation of the bananas ass plot of the original series. It's not me saying that.
That's a
the
direct quote.
writing.
So Sweet Tooth.
What is
isn't
the
gonna be in,
bananas plot from the original? Is there's a dude named Calypso and he's magic and he grants people wishes, but they're fucking monkey paw wishes. That's it. That's literally the plot of like.
Yeah.
So Sweet Tooth isn't gonna be like cursed by someone to always have his head on fire this time.
I guess not.
Unless they took inspiration from that, they use the term inspiration. They're inspired by flames on the
forget-
head.
I forget exactly the whole big thing because my god damn, I don't remember much.
Oh, since it's inspired by it, they could change the name. We could look forward to Crash 'em Up, the TV series.
The only Stop saying grass them up.
I know you gotta pee, so I should really stop.
No, not that. It just it slays me, man. Every time. I can't. I keep getting away with this.
The fact that it gets you makes it funny.
Crash them up. I don't even remember what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something. Oh, I remember. The only Twisted Metal with a story that I'm even like mildly familiar with was Black. The Black was dark. I wonder if it's gonna be dark.
I would imagine. Okay, so let's be real. Black is the only one you could really draw inspiration from, because
The other games had stories. Didn't
yeah, they had. I mean, this is like, so the game was set up where it was like each character had their own kind of thing, and they were in this tournament with the Magic Man. But Black actually like went into it, and there's a lot more inter-character stuff with Black, to the point where it's like I feel like that's the only one that could like had a flesh out story. All of the rest of them had like a framework, not really a fleshed out story.
Right.
It's like the
Black
original Street Fighter, you know? It's like just people are punching, Bison is bad. Like that's it.
Black's stories were very dark though. And depending on what they're going for, like tonally, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna fuck with shit like that. I recently rewatched clips from Black, like all the character stories. This was like within the last year, when I say recently, quote unquote. And like that game goes places, man.
Sure does.
With some of its plot. Small Brandon should not have been playing that game on PS2 back in the day.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, this shit. I think we had a discussion like this before, where it was like, I can't believe as a kid I watched RoboCop and Army of Darkness, and I was playing Twisted Metal. I was playing Duke Nukem fucking 3D as like a child.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of shit we play when we're younger.
Yeah. It was pretty fucking crazy. It was good. It was a good time. Fucking even fucking DOA 2. The second you unlock that gallery, oh,
Oh boy, you're in the FAP zone.
fucking pubescent me
God.
lost my mind.
Oh no. Not the FAP zone.
You are now entering a space. I don't know. The fat zone.
Gotta do like Twilight Zone, but you're in the FAP zone. Now entering the FAP zone.
Here we see Hitomi. Imagine, if you will, a teenager with a huge rack.
Let's try to remember Twilight Zone lines.
Yeah, I was trying to remember it. You got it.
Imagine, if you will, some giant 3D modeled anime titties.
Imagine
Jiggle physics.
Little Johnny just has unlocked the gallery.
And he's about to step into the FAP zone.
Picture, if you will, a prepubescent child. He had just played Hayabusa for the longest time in the tournament. He notices in the main menu a new selection called CG Gallery. He clicks it, and only beyond that is the cum zone.
Fuck Jordan Peele. Why didn't we do Twilight Zone?
If any of us were even a smidge good at animation, we could easily make this a parody.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been meaning to try and pick up learning, like, just a program to just do, like, simple tweeting animation, because there's a bunch of fucking shit that just does, like, you take a static image and you just move it around, and then, like, you tilt it and stuff, and that doesn't seem too fucking hard to do.
I got a
and I
question.
have the static images, so...
Speaking of images, where's our upgraded images?
Motherfucker, I'm literally talking to him right now.
Talking to him right now,
Yes.
as we speak.
Because I warned him, I was like, look, they remembered. Because
Remember.
I want to make that image my new avatar picture.
I'm working
I
on
like
it.
how
Discord.
I'm joking. That's the qualifier for getting the images. They remembered.
Well, no, okay, so here's my honest reason why I was putting that off is he's a fairly busy dude in general, and and even though I paid for it, like I feel weird like getting a time zone because he's on like the other fucking side of the world, so like a time for both of us to be free to do it. And so I was kind of putting it off until we started like recording live again because I don't want to make a new intro and backsplashes make everything look nice for still Discord audio. You know what I mean? Like,
I guess.
so I it's just been on the back burner. Like we're both aware that like it's something that needs to be done, but I haven't him for it until now. So
I feel like it's still nice.
I want it.
okay. Well, I paid for it. I'm gonna get it. I'm not gonna just like give him free money for nothing.
It's still good to have, even if we have shitty Discord audio. Like, just it's
Yeah, that's
presentation.
I'm
It's like,
doing it. I'm fucking doing it. Shut up. Go
you know,
ahead.
we don't promote the podcast in any way, shape, or form, which
That's
is our
true.
biggest failing. But
Yeah.
if someone does randomly click on it, which we've proved that no one does, but if they did,
Five
you would
people
still
do.
want the you would
I
still
mean,
want
we have a at least a consistent of 5-6 people who will look at us.
right, which are not new people clicking on it, right? But if someone random clicks on this, you would want the first thing they see to
That
be
would
nice.
be so. There's like a really good thumbnail. There's all this like there's this crazy like high intro, and then like it cuts in. It's like welcome to the podcast. Oh man.
You know, you could put like when you get all the fancy shit, you can put a little disclaimer in the description, like a little asterisk, and be like, "Currently recording with shitty Discord audio. This is not the norm." You know, we'll return to good audio later.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're pulling in like 18, 15 views here.
Damn, son,
Let's see, 10, 13.
I'm porking up. Pork 'em up, smash 'em up.
Cum zone. Pork 'em up in
Our
the cum
first
zone.
video has over 100 views.
Yeah.
Finally.
That's usually how that goes. Is the first thing
Uh,
you do.
Richie, calm down. It's not 1,000. It's not 100 subscribers. It's 100 views. You don't
Richie's
have to
like,
kill
"Why
yourself
not
yet.
connect?"
Yeah, no, I was getting a little worried there. I'm like, oh shit, might not be ready, but I got to do it.
You got to finish redecorating your room, and then then once it's pristine and new, that's when you just ruin that forever. That's the fucking podcast. I mean, what the fuck else do you want to
I
do?
know. We're just rambling at this point. Thanks for
fucking
listening to us.
I'm a shambling, sleepy corpse propped up by a 24-ounce can of fucking Monster, and my brain is fried on Adam Sandler and fucking Cum Zone. I got nothing left. I'm spent. I'm an empty fucking tank.
Say the line.
What? Oh, fuck off. I hate all of you. Thank you for reminding me.
That so wasn't genuine though.
No, that was
No,
genuine.
oh, it's genuine every time.
The energy wasn't there.
Yeah,
Suck my
he's a tired man. The energy's not always going to be there. What's important is the feeling.
Oh, suck. You suck my ass. You suck my ass, you fuck.
Thank
Fuck
you for
you.
listening, and we'll see
Have a
you
good
next
one,
time.
everyone. Peace.
Hate you.
Bye.
Unsub. Unsub, you fuck.
Kill me.